This is a production of Darn TV.
That's something I can't find.
Welcome.
Hey.
Dirt Weekly.
No music.
Oh, just wait. I forgot to push play.
Boom. Wow.
Not bad.
Breakdancing at the Olympics?
Was that a flop?
Well, with music
Kind
like
of gets
this,
you
it has to
excited
be
a little bit, doesn't it?
The breakdancing or the music?
together
Not the breakdancing.
forever.
The couple of videos I seen, I thought maybe I got a chance.
Yeah, I know. That's cool.
You want to be my coach?
Well, I'd be as good as anybody. The presentation was pretty
Yeah.
soft.
Right.
Dang.
Oh.
Well,
Mood.
it's been a couple weeks again. We don't
Yeah.
seem to be very regular on this random dirt,
It's
random
a
nights.
lot easier in the winter for some reason.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know.
Can't
we're
take care
all-
of the racetrack or race cars.
Right.
We're all busy in the summer. Last week was interrupted by my quick trip to Colorado, and
Yeah.
it's just,
I'm not even sure what I did last week.
it all runs together.
Yeah.
Yesterday's
all
getting
runs
pretty
together.
fuzzy already.
Right.
What I do
Yeah.
today? Oh,
Well, that's what I was.
that part. You cooked.
Yeah,
I
you
cooked all
cooked.
day.
I ate, just not your food.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was good food that I cooked.
Yeah. Well, steak sandwiches are always good.
Steak sandwiches and yum sauce. And
We drilled some holes in the road to see how thick the asphalt was. That was kind of cool.
nobody had any idea how thick asphalt was, or what?
Not in that spot.
Not
What'd
an
you
asphalt.
learn?
It's not very thick on the one end, and it was pretty thick on the other.
Oh.
Did you do any in the middle to figure out where it started to get thicker, or did it just gradually get thicker the whole
No,
way?
that was enough for the day.
2 holes. We'll see how thick it is. We're done.
Yeah.
You're a 410 guy, so you had
Right.
to wind her in
Yeah, you gotta
to bring her home
wind her down.
right around 10 a.m.
Yeah. Calm down. We're getting too much done here.
Lift
We
off
bet-
the gas, airplane guy. We're coming in.
Yeah. We better
Right
get back to
around 4:30.
home base.
We're gonna coast this one into Minneapolis
Yeah.
from here.
If you do too much, then you run out of things to do in a week.
Yeah.
They might expect more out of you, yeah. We got
Diplomacy.
Are you guys hiring? Because I feel like I need that
Nope,
job.
got the last person hired.
Oh, well,
I guess maybe next time.
give it a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sebo Motorsports
Yeah.
Rundown, left side of the screen, specializing in high-performance parts, chassis repair. Call Ryan at 701-720-3889 today to get your stuff ready for Motor Magic.
Yeah.
I wonder if
For-
Ryan's busy.
He's busy.
He's busy, huh? I don't remember. Are we wrecking stuff? I didn't think we've been too bad.
No, it's been pretty good recently, but he's getting caught up on all the other projects maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been over there for,
Yeah.
last
I've been
time I
over
was there was
since the
the
spring.
same time you were there.
Yeah, I was over there on Sunday. Was it Sunday we were both there or Saturday?
Yeah, I think it was Sunday.
Saturday.
Oh, it was Saturday.
Saturday.
I went and paid my bill that I said I was going to pay for 3 weeks.
Oh,
That's
did
all
you?
I did.
Well, he enjoyed that.
Yeah, he likes money.
Yeah. He just kept telling me, well, whenever. I'm like, that ain't going to work.
Ryan, how come the lights aren't on?
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you. Okay. Well, they'll be on tomorrow. Thanks.
All right.
Rundown. Where are we here? We haven't.
Well, we
met for a
didn't
week
meet
and a
last
half,
week.
So we have that week, and we have this past weekend.
The prior week to that, what did we do that weekend? We had the stock car special at Nodak.
Yeah.
And did we have Cole County?
No.
Or did I skip a week?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
So we never did talk about the Cole County.
Holy
We
smokes.
have not met to talk about the Cole County. No, we have not. Because
Wow.
today is the 15th.
Wow.
I was trying to think about this in the pre-show.
Yeah. I was kind of lost. I lost my spot too. Okay. Cole County?
Great weekend.
Great event.
Right.
Weather did not threaten anything weird.
No.
That was nice.
After
Right.
raining it out.
Yeah,
Both
last
days
year.
last year. And
Right.
that wasn't even a close call. It was like 4 inches.
That was this week, this year.
Yeah. Right. No, so Cole County,
Yeah, that would be.
right. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, because this is going to be the
Sam
third
Kroll says, good evening, gentlemen.
weekend.
Sam.
Yep. Derby.
Derby Sam.
Derby Sam.
No. Right.
Derby Sam. So night 1, Cole County Classic was Friday.
Yep.
The looking over at the calendar, Friday the 2nd. The
second
2nd.
and the third.
101 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Triple digits.
Again, we don't prep for this show, and it's showing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a conversation
That
with
was
somebody
awesome.
earlier today on the
3-digit
phone
car count.
on my drive back, and I said, we're doing a Dirt Weekly tonight. And I said, I'm going to arrive kind of maybe a little bit late or whatever. I actually got here a little bit earlier than 7, a little earlier than you guys or whatever. But I go, our show prep is no joke. I go, I'm leaving right now. I'm on the road there. And I will sit down, get the computer hooked up, the camera hooked up, and we'll go live. That's the show prep.
Yeah, we were catching up to speed just like everybody else.
This is the practice run,
Right.
but it's live.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
14 non-wing sprint cars. Good showing of them. Trophy class was the only one not in double digits. That's impressive.
Really?
I think it was close.
9.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
9 on night 1. Modifieds, 18 modifieds, 18 stock cars. I guess I don't know if we should say this or not on this deal. What stood out to me was both modifieds and stock cars had more cars in Underwood than at Dakota Speedway in Mandan.
Right.
That raced on the same night.
To touch on that that was never the plan.
Right.
But what happened, or what we understand from Mandan, is that the monster trucks that are typically that weekend couldn't make it that weekend, and they got pushed back a weekend. So then that backed up weekend had to get moved ahead. So things made sense in December, then things didn't make sense in May.
Right.
So
Yeah, because monster trucks.
nobody on purpose tried to get on top of anybody. We moved our opening day to a Thursday. I mean, we were as accommodating as I think you
Right.
can be. So, but with that said, it was a monster truck schedule that they couldn't fix.
Here's my deal.
So-
Decent car count in both places.
Both places.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Dusty Lawson, night 1, picked up the non-wing
Yep.
sprint cars. Boy, 2 weeks. Zach
nice.
Heiderbring, 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks. Hey, congratulations, Zach, on your wife having a baby, not you having a baby.
Hey, congratulations.
Fresh baby. She was pregnant up here for the mod tour.
Right.
Ah.
Got it out just in time for Boone.
Well,
Super Nationals.
I
For
thought
timing's
that
everything.
took 9 months.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
the 9 months was almost done when she was
Oh,
here for the
oh.
tour.
Yeah.
Could have had a tour baby.
Darren Medler picking up the sport mods. Did we want to pull any video up of this weekend? I mean, let's just hold off and we'll kind of
Yeah.
touch on
Yeah.
as
Well, let's just
it
keep
goes.
going here.
Yeah.
Now, touch on Cole County. The modifieds were hot. I mean,
Oh,
we hadn't had
both
them all
nights.
year long.
Both nights.
They was hot. Wowsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IMCA Hobby Stocks, 12 of them. Taylor Heaton winning the feature. Taylor Heaton's been
Pretty.
kicking butt here
Right.
recently.
Been on fire, yeah.
Sucks that they got to travel so damn far.
Yeah.
Gabe DeShaw picking up the stock car win. 18
Right.
stock cars, as we said earlier.
Yeah.
Modifies Steve Pfeiffer and Travis Hagen.
Yeah.
Did Steve Pfeiffer and Travis Hagen things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They
I,
each got
I
one.
didn't see it.
You were out on the track, weren't you?
Yeah.
What?
Weren't you out there on the track?
Not very long.
What happened there?
A lot.
A lot. But Steve Pfeiffer and Sladen Pfeiffer both picking up their feature win. Sladen Pfeiffer winning the slingshots.
Yeah.
That's always a cool night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Quite a few.
your daughter making the trek down there with you.
Yeah.
73 km.
Yeah.
Fit both cars in the trailer.
Yeah, thank God.
Take the bumper off of one.
That means we don't have to buy another trailer, so.
We just have to take
That's
the
a good
nose and
thing.
bumper off.
Right.
We don't have to get to the banker.
Yeah, we don't have to get to the bank. Just got to get a new pickup or something, maybe. But
you don't have to go 100.
Right.
The green machine only goes about 60. You got to leave on time.
Right.
You'll get there.
Night 2, Underwood. We're going all the way back to August 3rd because we haven't had a show
Yeah.
since this. So it seems like so long ago. But
We
night
got to quit doing that.
You're
my
right,
my
right.
memory is heavily
Cole-
challenged here.
Cole County Classic Night 2, Eric Guyot,
Hold on. 110 cars.
110 cars.
Yeah.
got more.
Got more.
That's a good problem.
Yeah.
Where did we pick up more at? You had one more non-wing. You had one more trophy class. Sport mods jumped up all the way up to 20. Stock cars to 21. Modified stayed at 18. So
Cars, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
It wasn't the same 18. I think one went home and a different one came.
right. I
remember
think
right.
there
Hey,
was
the 75M made it to victory lane that night.
trophy class.
Right.
Finally put a real
Yeah.
driver in the car.
Jeez.
Well, actually, that's the
Well-
second driver that they've had in the car this year.
Yeah.
Helibus put it in victory lane.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, now
Fall.
listen to
As
this.
Meatloaf says, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, right. That's what we're doing. But on the way, on the way up, because my car's in victory lane, I'm like, I better go up there and check it out. Steven and Slato are walking, and I said, yeah, I got to get up here. My car's in victory lane again, and I'm not driving it. Slato looks at me and says, well, maybe you should just race the trophy class. I said, you just shut up right there. I don't need to hear it out of you already.
He's trying to help.
Well, I thought, man, he didn't miss a beat from his dad.
Well, when he gets older, he'll know just to think it, not say it.
Maybe.
He's working on it.
Yeah, he didn't even miss a beat. Nailed it. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, 110 cars definitely went up. I mean,
Yeah.
from Friday night to Saturday night.
We are tickled with the participation. I mean, it's everything we wanted it to be. It's our motor magic per se, and
I bet your guys' car count all year has been great.
been decent.
Been
yeah.
good.
Been decent. So
Eric Guyot picked up the non-wing sprint car win.
yeah,
Cole
Eric,
Hanshoe.
yeah, yeah.
He made it.
Let's give a
yeah,
salute.
Yeah, all 20 laps with the same bumper.
Yeah.
I think he
And
wrecked
on
one
the-
of the heat race.
I was going to
though.
say I don't think the heat race. Was
I said
the same
20
way.
laps. 20 laps.
Yeah. I was over at Adams here about 3 weeks ago, and there was pairs of bumpers, plastic wrapped together, like four
That's-
different sets all over the place. I'm like,
That's the
what's going on here?
fourth shipment this week.
I think he's got them from 3 different suppliers.
Wait.
So
Steve Pfeiffer said the innocence of Slade and Pfeiffer is pretty priceless.
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
I was
There ain't
expecting
many
something
years
out of
left.
Steven. No. The next generation's on me already. Dang it.
Steven thought it. And
Yeah,
Slade
right. Yeah, he
accidentally
nailed
said
it. Yeah.
We all
Jeez.
think it. Not all of us say it.
Once Slato gets a modified, I'll be in the trophy class.
Well, they're working on that.
Right.
Brenner Grinstead picking up the hobby stock feature.
Right.
Johnny Carter
Yeah.
wasn't there Friday, was he?
It was not. So
He won 2 in a row to finish out the year. He won the stock car special.
yeah.
And then
this
the-
one.
And then the second night of the Cole County. Yeah.
Travis Hagen picking up the feature win in the mods. Flipping the top 2 there.
Steven and Travis having a great race both nights, and not beating up on Steven and getting around great, but I don't know what Travis had coming out of 2 that second night, but it looked like it was nitrous powered. I mean, it was a 3-car length hop out of 2 there. I don't know how he boinged it off the cushion or whatever he did there, but it just shot down the back straightaway. So
What stood out to me as I was watching
that was
race directoring,
that was cool
whatever.
stuff.
Night 1, it looked like Travis was sitting there behind Steven and calculating. Mm-hmm. It looked like he was calculating his move, figuring it out. Then all of a sudden some lap traffic came, and one went a place that he wasn't expecting, and Steven had to go up high to kind of work the lap traffic, which took, I don't know if you want to call it, took the air off of what Travis was trying to do. Travis ended up losing some ground, and Steven got away. I'm not saying Travis would have passed him by any means, but it was building up to be.
He was doing his Travis
The
thing.
Travis thing when he
Yeah.
does the 3-lap draft on
Right.
you.
Yeah.
He was calculating.
Recalculating the
Yep.
GPS.
Right.
Night two, it looked like Travis didn't show as much patience, and instead of calculating for an extra 2 or 3 or 4 laps, he just pounced right away. because he found that in turn 2.
Yeah.
Like you said, he shoots
Had
out
just
of.
a rubber band launch out of 2 there, and
Where do
you're
you
getting around great too.
Where do you think he bought that GPS? Because I could use one.
He just sets
Hey,
it
dude,
to.
I need one too.
He just sets the GPS to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get that at Walmart?
Yeah. Well, wherever.
Yeah.
Share the part number.
Right.
Oh, dang.
Caden Davenport picking up the slingshot win. 14 of them. I don't think you could ask for anything more than 14, and it just sets the path forward for these slingshots rolling into Minot.
You're right. How can you complain about the slingshot car count? Mine at 14 or we're getting the same. Underwood had it. I mean, what's Estevan in the 18 range or
yeah, right in that teens for sure.
Those are good numbers.
Again, reflecting back to when we schedule this stuff, see, that all makes sense with Nodak's regular points getting done in June and then making this second season, smaller second season. They've come to play.
Right.
I mean, we set it up, they understood it, and the participation's awesome.
Right.
I like it. I like it. So.
Then we rolled into the Nodak Speedway the Sunday night.
Oh, timeout.
Timeout.
We got to finish Cole County Classic.
Okay, go Cole County.
The effort to keep the races going after the terrible accident.
Yep.
Poked a hole in the fence.
Poked a hole in the fence.
The group that came together to do that.
About
15, 20 people?
Oh, yeah. And then 42 minutes of...
All in all, not bad. I mean, we had no plan of how to fix that if it happened. I like the fact that it got a panel of fencing put up there. I thought that was a nice cover.
Right.
So,
yeah. Storbach and I went digging for fence panels, and everybody else started doing that stuff. And
much appreciation to everybody.
I thought it was group effort.
And I was standing up in my perch, and I looked down there, and I go, I'll go down and see if I can lend a hand. And then I seen all the people standing there, and I'm like, I'll just get in the way. I'll just stay back here.
Marcus got in the Bobcat and got that thing kind of turned around, and the tow truck was tugging on that post, and I thought the repair was decent.
You're right.
So, and reasonably timely. I mean,
I didn't. Yeah, maybe 42 minutes was a little longer. I don't.
Mike and I went off looking for Uke tires, but we don't like them on the racetrack, and we apparently removed them all. So because we were just going to stack that up behind it for protection, but so there was no Uke tires to be found. And,
I mean, I thought the other thing, the fence did its job.
Yeah.
That could have been super bad
because he missed the guardrail.
Well, and to continue on that disaster, Tyson's car, which had been borrowed out, and then they were able to get that back going for the feature.
Right.
Wow.
That's what I mean. You can't skip over this deal. I mean,
so at the same time,
too much time has passed.
Right. At the same time, a group was working out there on the racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
The same exact time, there was a group rebuilding the whole front end of Tyson Grinstead's car.
And the guys and Cole, and I mean everybody was in there just getting it done, and the horns are pointing in the right direction. The fenders and the hood were beat up, and the radiator was tore out of it. But again, got everything put together, and that was able to resume.
And I think that was the benefit of it not actually hitting the guardrail, being a little bit above the guardrail, and hitting more of the fence and then the pole behind the fence. So it took out the radiator and stuff, but it saved the horns.
Yeah.
I think if you hit that guardrail head on, the horns ain't going to be.
They'd have been somewhere.
They would have been somewhere.
So, and they looked like they were legit missed it all. And the rest of it didn't. But nonetheless, the car looked like it was still competitive in the feature. Looked like it went around pretty straight. So,
I mean, terrible deal. I mean, giving somebody an opportunity to finally try a car, this and that. I mean, because
it happened in the trophy class. Right. Somebody was driving his car in the trophy class. Yeah. Which is what the trophy class is for new drivers.
Right. Yeah. My uncle was driving my car, and somebody says, well, what if he does that to yours? I'm like, I don't care. You paid for it. Have at her.
Yeah. So, well, that's that scenario.
Right.
So, but at any rate, like I say, a mild tragedy had happened there, but everything had gotten fixed up and continued on. So, you're right. We can't skip over that. That was pretty cool. So on that note, we had an enduro, and that's come and gone also. So the Underwood, the McLean County Speedway is done for the season. So
water trucks are winterized.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot out. I haven't talked to Mark. So there's a chance we may have a practice day, depending on how the fall winds down. If the weather looks right or something. We have done that before. we have not discussed that, but we'll see how the fall is going.
Time to turn the internet off.
Well, yeah. It is that.
If I don't remind myself, I'll forget.
Well, I got to winterize the place, so I will keep you in mind. So,
Don't want to pay for internet down there all winter and not use it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We done till May.
Done till May.
Yeah, so
isn't
now
that crazy to think?
What happened?
Last year I said we skipped a month. We might have skipped two this year. So what happened?
Right. You should probably just take the rest of the year off and start getting the car ready for the car show.
I'm thinking about it.
Because it's coming.
It is the conversation. I'm not kidding.
Overall year at the McLean County Speedway, successful year?
Yeah. Well, monetarily, I don't know all those answers. That's not my department, but
car count wise, it's got to be record.
We're more than happy with the presentation and all that there. So, again, even monetarily, I'm sure we're decent because that's what that community does in the surrounding communities. It's a different layout than say the bigger tracks. It's its uniqueness and. But I'll go on record that enthusiasm is high. I believe everybody's satisfied with what we had, and of course we're interested in tougher than dirt and all the things that we've done in the past going into the future. I wish we could have modifieds every night because I like them.
Oh man,
there's another guy here that wants the same thing.
Yeah, modifieds every night. Or?
Yeah, because I like the drive.
Yeah, right. 54 miles or whatever it is, it's just right.
I don't like driving so far when my car doesn't work.
Yeah, I know we have crown modified champions in the past and stuff like that. It might be time to revisit that again.
I would love.
We have plenty of classes, but nonetheless, I'm talking. No, I'm just talking.
If we were to have. I made the trip over to Trackside this weekend, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to Travis Hagan since the Cole County, because right after Cole County, he left for Iowa.
Yeah.
And if he was sitting here, he would tell you that is some of the most fun that he has had in a race car, just because Underwood is a unique place to drive a race car.
I was having a blast Saturday night until my carburetor screwed up. I mean, I was right around them tires, driving in there hard, hit the brakes, and then on the gas because it was sticky right tight to the tires. I love that.
It's a pronounced paperclip.
Right.
Straightaways and corners.
He just said it was so much fun to battle, with Stephen Pfeiffer, and it just
the scenarios and all that.
Yeah, the way it all worked out. He said
I think it was Barta telling me, because he flagged, he said it was mind blowing or just crazy when you guys would come out at 4. Like it looked like you're gonna wipe down the guardrail, and all of a sudden you just miss it. I said, you think it's crazy up there? You should be in the car. Because I'm thinking, I'm going to wipe this whole thing out.
All leaned over looking at it.
Yeah.
Stay off of it.
Man.
I'm trying.
See everybody in the crowd. Yeah. Bring her back.
Yeah. No, neat atmosphere there, and thank you to everybody that has made it what it is. I mean, we have these discussions just like we're having now, and then go forward with a plan, and we have our track crew, and we have our whatever. We have our groundskeeper. Guys keep the lawn mowed and all that. It everybody takes on a division, and proud to do it. I'm certainly.
So how many nights did you guys have scheduled? Was there 9 this year?
Right off, I don't know 10? That sounds about right. That might be including the enduro.
Right.
So, and we ended up having 2. So, Brandon's looking it up. You need to have 4 to crown a champion.
Right.
You can schedule 20, but you have to get 4. So we always balance that with the tougher than dirt. We try to slip a class or 2 in there during that. And our fair race, we have to juggle that a little bit. So, but each class had a special one way or another type of deal where it wasn't.
It looks like each class would have got 6 points nights, 7 nights during the regular season, then the 2 Cole County.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but each class had a special in there.
Each class had a special, which wasn't track, wasn't weekly
everybody
points.
Got 6 points nights.
Yeah.
Because
we try to schedule enough for a rain-out type of deal and still get our 4 in.
Because the hobby and sport mods, they had the Tougher Than Dirt Tour was their special, no points, and stock cars had their
stock car
special, the Memorial, Tony Niffen Memorial.
Yes, and 2 regular nights in July.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
you're talking. I mean, 10 nights. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're mowing grass and making a racetrack and cook. You guys cook. You guys do all the concessions. I mean, it's a lot of work.
There's a lot to organize there. The Tomlinson family, I have said, has got to set up a mailbox there in June because they're there.
And Marcus doesn't. It's not. Like, he don't quit racing.
Yeah,
I mean,
No, he still races.
right.
And he does shift work, and those are 12-hour shifts. You got to sleep in there. So
how he keeps moving forward is.
I have no idea.
I thought I run a busy schedule, and then I look at him and I go, dude, I don't even hold a candle to that guy. I need to work harder.
To be young again. So I actually talked to him today there about some other stuff, but
Corey Palm checking in.
going.
Appreciate all the work everybody does. Mm-hmm. Good to see you down there, Corey.
Yes, it is.
Did you spin out for me that weekend or not?
Ooh.
Usually you try to spin out once for me somewhere.
Not that part.
Right.
Oh.
So that was a pretty good weekend. Well, then we roll into
Nodak Speedway Sunday for the stock car special.
Return after the fair break, which seemed like it took about, 10 days. It was 3 weeks, but again, it went by fast. Kudos to you guys taking that dirt in and out. Holy cow. How many times this time?
Impressive.
Because the concerts got rescheduled there, and didn't you have one?
It still worked out the same for you guys.
Okay,
You put
I guess it was
Monday,
Wednesday.
Put everything in Monday morning
I was
for the
thinking
demo.
maybe that stuff got moved around one more time than normal, which is
the put-in was easier, but the takeout, he had to get it out sooner.
Right. Yeah, there was a time
because
crunch.
Sawyer Brown was at 1 o'clock.
Right.
He didn't have all day Tuesday or Wednesday leading in to that evening
But
concert.
that was Brock's problem, not mine.
Has anybody seen Brock? Is he still alive?
I just talked to him before I got here.
Yeah.
I think he was trucking.
First night back at Nodak of the new and improved schedule.
Presentation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
IMCA stock cars and IMCA sport compacts were the two IMCA classes racing with the Western Renegade sprint cars, the junior slingshots, and the legends.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of nervous about car count numbers, but
and we started the day with Brandon showing up with the loader to put the transponder loop in.
Right. Trying to make a rough racetrack.
They're beautifully laid.
A loader doesn't sound like the right equipment.
Oh no, he's digging holes out there.
The beautifully bladed front straightaway, nice and wet and moist. And Brandon, they weren't even there yet. I got there before they did, so I did the majority of it.
Dig her down
right at
flicker out.
Tom shows up. I could just see Tom. He pulls in the back straightaway and he's going in the infield and he parks to where he can see right over there and what I'm doing. He doesn't even get out of the pickup for like 15 minutes.
I can hear him from here.
Yeah.
You did hear it.
The only thing I'm thinking to myself, I always like to tell Tom, I'm not good enough in the blade to blade Sundays. Well, this Sunday, I had to. It helped, though, because now we did it last Sunday, too. Tom always wanted me to, blade on Sundays, and I wouldn't do it because I'm like, I'm not good enough. But
Passing the torch, friend. Passing the torch.
I spent enough time in that blade after the fair. Normally, it takes a whole month to run her out of fuel. I did it in a week. But I hit the red.
But it showed because not only did you work out, and I tried to lay the dirt in there and pack it in with the wheels, the best I could, and then I tried to go get some other dirt put in there, and you guys watered it.
Tom did the sheets foot.
Yeah, so we tried to pack it in, but you still had to fill in that.
Oh yeah, you could.
There was still a little wave there that you got worked out because you can't even tell that we did anything there.
There ain't no jumping
on the front straightaway.
You couldn't tell that night.
I only got a few laps in the stock car, but there was no anythings. It was just a racetrack.
There was no jump going into one that.
It was all good. It was so good it broke.
I told Tom, I said, this is almost getting scary. He says, what? I said, we're making this thing.
Yeah.
I said, I didn't even know how to turn the blade on last year. I'm like, I don't know. We busted our ass to try and it was a mission to make sure there was no rough stuff.
Yep.
And no jump going into one that.
And a little bit of reshaping in 4. You try to move some dirt around in turn 4 so that way you can run a little higher.
Well, yeah, kind of, come out straighter sooner so you can run down the wall straight.
So you're not sliding
and then coming down pointed towards the stage. More straight off the corner, the guy on the bottom, he can come up a little bit, but let's not have Smalls and Pfeiffer tangled up into until the
wadded
fence
up on the rail.
Let's go straight down there. And hey, looking at the Hobby Stock feature this weekend, they can go straight down it.
Yep.
So we're getting close.
I've commented before. I'm going to comment again. I appreciate being able to get out on a track that I can race on the first lap. It ain't freshly watered or whatever.
Well,
I don't like any of that stuff.
I mean,
they slide around. They're not controlled.
Tom and I were talking every day about what we're doing. We got a system. I mean, it's hard to believe that.
You're jolly. I like that. You're not frantic.
I mean, if we were, I can't believe they're not like bitching really the board because we're spending fuel. I mean,
there's a lot of fuel being burned.
We put in a lot of hours, but it's paying off. I mean, I feel like
let's reflect. Time in is product out. I mean, apparently
we spend a lot of time down there. Probably too much. But
again, reflecting on Underwood, Mike gets things cooking around Tuesday, Wednesday down there. I know it doesn't seem like it makes sense, but it does. It must.
And my thing is,
those guys that do it have it.
Tom isn't young, you know.
That's what I say. He's moving the torch.
You're right. But it'd be nice if we had one more young guy that wanted to be involved and learn the system. I mean, he's got a system that works. Obvious, you know.
Yeah, and you're learning, and you're 40, 34.
34. Yeah, you almost switched them around. Don't do that. Yeah.
You're 43.
Yeah.
Well, some days in the morning.
Right. So I was gonna say. Yeah. This morning I was.
You're gonna have to pick out somebody to ride around with you.
I mean, from the watering.
That's 20.
You're right. The watering, the blading, everything is. I don't know. He's already. Tomorrow we'll be going down there and doing the process. But I'm kind of speechless on how smooth it has been the last. Tom does tell me I worry too much, but
Corey Palm said track's amazing. Just wish they could have worked it in just a little bit more before the green flag.
All right, bring more cars.
Yeah, and help work. Yeah.
I don't know, because if they have 20 wingless, that would be perfect.
And it'd work in the whole thing.
Of course, probably referring to this past weekend, which they had 10. So.
Yeah, I don't know which weekend he's talking about.
I think the first weekend was wetter.
It had a little bit too much moisture on it.
I remember it was cloudy out because it was a great racetrack.
And I soaked it. It was the first weekend back with the big way water truck, and I gave her the water.
Gave her the water.
Business.
Yeah. But
it was a great racetrack. Just the valves didn't want to stay in place.
Like they're right.
They want to stay hooked to the stem.
No, their feature, didn't widen out as much as it probably should have. Because there was a little too much water, but
you corrected it for week 2, though.
Yeah, I thought last weekend I thought we were better.
The
other thing is,
I think things have been improving as the year goes on, and
just
that's always a great
feeling.
Just
think the last race, the Mod Tour, when the sun was going down, versus I had to retrain myself at the intermission too.
Yes,
it's cold now when I drive around.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not hot no more.
It all matters. It all matters. That's
you got to pay attention.
This is an unusually cool August we've had so far. We're not used to the 70s.
No.
Yeah.
Mid-80s.
It's been fresh.
Right. It's been It's been nice.
But even the sun going down, I mean it.
I referenced that announcing there that the angle of the sun is different than it was.
Yeah.
Even though it's still daylight till 9 o'clock,
it could still.
It's not the same intensity.
Right. It could be out. It could be 70 at whatever. 7 or 8:30 or 8 or whatever, but the way the sun is now, it's not ruining the track.
Yeah, that big yellow thing in the sky.
Yeah,
huge.
It's a track record. Yeah,
huge. Run the Mod Tour the first week of August.
It's weird how every weekend matters because right now, what are we changing about 15 minutes a week now? So
because you look at the Tougher Than Dirt Tour. The Tougher Than Dirt Tour is the beginning of June. and we're leading into the longest day of the year.
All right.
Yeah.
At the beginning of June. Then we have the longest day of the year, and the mod tour is leading away from. But I mean, the
Right.
peak of the longest day is like right in the
in
middle of the two.
It is. It actually is. Yeah. 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 And having it on the front side is better.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think, well, what's the difference between July 4th and the middle of August?
A lot.
A lot. Yeah, exactly.
A lot.
Right.
A lot.
Right.
Sun-wise, a lot.
That angle is
You're right.
so straight up and down. Yeah.
Eric Guyot, 2 in a row, won the first
Eric was on a streak.
run, won the second night in Underwood, first or the night back in Minot.
Put a three-peat together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then Gunnar Raynard picks up the slingshot win, 14 of them again.
Yep.
Kept the theme going from the weekend, exactly what I think everybody thought about what was going on.
Yep. Hit
Hey,
mine on-
slingshots race 2 nights in Underwood. Let's roll them into Minot. The car count stayed.
Yeah.
Exactly what
Just what it was designed to do.
just
Yep.
what it was
Everybody
designed
picked
to
up
do.
on what it sounded good in December.
Noah Madler picking up the Legend
Yep.
Legend win.
That was a good race.
Ah, to watch them on a little bit more moisture racetrack. I mean, you're so used to them in, let's say, Mandan or
Right.
the tracks are a little bit drier because of the way the schedule works. With I called it not so many tires on the track that would burn in
Right.
the racetrack. You really only had 2 classes between the non-wing sprints.
That's a variable
and the
that's
stock
important
cars.
too. I mean, those dang modifieds will tear it up.
Every night though.
So,
this
yeah,
in
that's
August.
Is that way?
Right. And the other reason I like this, the first night back, did it feel kind of blah? Yeah, but I like that because the volunteers, everybody's starting to get burnt out on edge. So far, the last 2 weekends, everybody came with positive attitudes. They just know, it's a light
The
schedule,
intensity isn't so wild.
but right.
Yeah.
Which is, to me, is huge. If we can end the year with positivity with our, employees, the volunteers, it just makes it a lot easier through the winter to be like, hey, you coming back next year? Yes.
To comment on that, to have the pressure of points racing off the plate at Nodak in August, I think is a positive thing.
For everyone.
Because it goes through everybody. It goes through all the volunteers, the track prep, everything. Nothing can be right when it is right.
Right.
And now it can be off a little and appreciated still.
Yep.
I know we're used to seeing our same classes, but I
You
enjoy,
got it, you got
I
it.
enjoy the mix-up.
You got it the first 10 nights. If
Yeah.
you wanted to watch your IMCA class, you should have been there the first 10 nights. This is designed to keep the volunteers around.
Yeah.
Take it easy on the track prep guys. Because one is 70 and one's 34 with 2 kids that are in everything.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
And don't criticize the fan count because the fan count has never been good in August.
Yeah.
to me, I'm not complaining.
I'm just but
but
the haters out there are going to sit there and go, well, you don't have a crowd because you ain't running this class or you're not running this or you're not running
and
this.
if you go look at the sheet, these 2 nights were some of the better
In August,
better,
we've had the
obviously.
last few years, right?
Well, I wanted to touch on that.
than June. A couple nights in June because the
Yeah.
weather was kind of
iffy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the 500s both nights.
Again, from a checkbook point of view, when I was at the board in the 90s and all that there, we didn't want to race in August. We
No, you
had
lost
to because
20 grand.
how bad's the bath going to be? So again, I like what's going on there, and even being, I'm sure we'll touch on Travis and the Williston gang traveling there a little bit, but it gave them an opportunity to get out and do something different too. So I mean, things got to move
be
around.
somebody.
Well, yeah,
Look-
and he
look-
did.
look at-
so, and he did. So, and you had shared that even this spring is that the Harris Clash and stuff like that. Gabe was there, Travis.
Right.
Was there. So, and they did well, but they don't get that opportunity if our
If we were
point
in-
season keeps them strapped down here. So yeah, just to touch on that again.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen any complaining on the Facebook world. I mean, I heard some grumbling. Oh, you don't have mods, but if you're a true race fan and want to watch good racing? The last 2 nights at Nodak, How can you be disappointed? Yeah,
If close finishes matter, and again, I was in the booth.
right.
It was awesome.
Oh.
It was awesome. So,
Zach Eubanks picking up the Sport
Yeah.
Compacts. He's on
Yeah,
a roll.
jeez,
How many has he
alright.
won in Mandan and
Yeah,
A lot. He's
a lot.
making money.
a lot. Yeah.
on a roll? And Brendan Labatt,
Yeah.
the old
Yeah.
Canadian football player, picks up the win.
Picks up the
That was
qualifier.
That was a tough deal, that stock car thing. The one heat race, we got a couple cars knocked out, blowing motors.
three broken
I
motors.
think we had 4 cars out after the heat races, right?
Yeah.
After one heat race. What?
Yeah. I think
Well,
I was the solo in my heat
Yeah, he
race.
was in the second heat race.
Okay, and then the other one, we lost Gabe, Adam.
And Brock.
and
Brock, and then Sean Green broke his motor in the feature.
Yeah, only not too many laps in.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if
Yeah.
all the stock cars would have stayed together, I think that feature would have been wild.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was pretty good. Sean was running really good
Yep.
until he blew the motor.
Yeah.
Mad Mike looked good. Mad Mike and
Mike getting around good.
Mad Mike and Kyle Slope. This.
Wow. That was
Yeah.
the last corner pass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
the leader was out a little bit, but it was good.
How about Mad Mike's new car?
Oh, that looks good.
My.
I can't wait until I get to drive it. That's the trade deal.
Oh, that's the trade deal?
Well, he just found out.
So did we.
Yeah.
So did we. So did the rest of the
Yeah.
world.
Let's see if Mike pipes up.
Hold it. We don't know what we're trading. Don't break the news yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
People don't know
That's-
what's being traded.
Yeah, he might not show up now.
Yeah. Well, it's modifieds this weekend. So
Right.
What do we got?
Are you putting 2 and 2 together and coming up with 4?
Yeah, I am.
We should have got you in one.
I was going to try to get my own, but again, 2 months disappeared on this summer somewhere. Yeah, I walked by today. It still got flat tires.
Well, I can air those
Last
up.
time I raced my modified, you didn't have to have window nets. Hence, I got to put one in, and that takes longer than 10 minutes.
Other than that, is like the motor, everything's ready to go in it, or what?
I was down at practice day in Underwood a year and a half ago. Yeah.
You need a bring it over. I'm not working tomorrow. You
Be
have
careful
to.
what you ask for.
You have to race this weekend. We're trying to get
Oh, boy.
the 2000
Yeah.
modified feature lined up.
Well, this would be the car I done it in.
Well, we need you there.
I need Steve Sarr here then. Well, yeah. It's Friday. Ain't going to happen. Well, it was big talk in February.
Do I need to send the tow truck for Magic Towing over,
They-
or what?
You need that crew.
Pluck the spoiler off one of those sport mods. We'll take her from there.
You need that crew that was working on Grinstead's car in Underwood.
Yeah. Well, we all have access to that crew, but they're busy. They're busy making a Brock Adams stock car now. I think.
Yeah,
So,
they're up north there.
I think they're working on it right now. So, Yeah. So it was good to be back. Like I say, Underwood finished.
Yep.
Nodak come back.
A cool 3-night weekend.
It was.
I thought it was a really cool.
Yeah.
And
That-
when you have 2 tracks like that working together 54 miles apart, you can't ask for anything more.
Yeah.
And the other thing I like with like Nodak being a little bit lighter, to me, I think it helped spark the Cole County Classic a little more.
That's fair. I think you're right. I mean,
And which
modifieds
is-
knowing they weren't coming to race here
Right.
made it easier to race there.
Well, yeah, no sport mods, no hobbies,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, just the stock cars was an overlap.
and then
so-
you guys didn't have compacts, right?
Correct.
Right.
So it
Legends.
it's almost like we knew what we were doing. when we were-
Yeah.
Yin and yang
Yeah.
a little bit.
Zigzagged and zogged. Right. It was cool. Yeah, I kind of a spin-off of our last summer over the 4th,
Right.
right.
but slid over to this deal. We'll see what the schedule offers next year, huh?
Well, I think the group of guys that get together and do the schedules.
I'd like to do that though. The day of the banquet, everybody should come early, hash that out,
Oh.
and then have the banquet. What are we thinking?
Well, October's pretty early.
Yeah, well,
We got to get cold and make sure we're got
I'm
an ice cream headache when
I'm
we go
already
into this.
working on the Nodak one.
Yeah?
And I've ran in like 10 headaches already.
Yeah. Well, we should certainly have an impromptu one enough to rough draft it then.
All right.
October's.
Nodak races on Sundays.
And it's not that easy. 4th of July is on a Friday.
It's a weird schedule next year.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
The next 2 years. So those of you out there that think, putting a schedule together is easy.
Yeah.
The next 2 years, it gets really, really difficult.
Here's the deal.
4th is on a Friday, huh? Mm-hmm.
4th's on a Friday. The tour would be that Sunday. We're working on the World of Outlaw late models.
Late models, huh?
So that puts maybe a damper in the 10-night run.
Oh. Huh. Yeah.
Just changes it up
there's-
a little bit.
Are you going to get
There's-
one more Sunday after the tour with the fair?
No.
No.
You're
Okay.
barely going to get the tour.
Which would be the 4th, 5th, 6th, the 6th.
The fair starts the 18th.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. So they slid up too.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Well, everybody did.
And then next year they go back.
They go 9, so what, the 18th or the 27th then? Yeah. Uh-huh.
They go back.
No, it should be one more year before
No.
they go back.
No, they said they go back next year.
2026 they go back?
That's what they said.
Because the fair always ends the last Saturday of July.
Yeah.
Next year it'll be like August.
It's the last 2 Saturdays in July.
They're actually going to run the
Fridays.
fair into August. They've never ran the fair. They've never ran the fair into August before.
It'll be right before.
Well,
Jim Heaton checking in. Yes, Darn TV will be in
Yeah.
Dickinson Saturday. If I told you what my plan is for Saturday, you're going to call me crazy. So
well, no, I'm getting interested.
I am getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm driving to Tioga, and I'm going to cook for the volunteer firemen's fire.
Oh, yeah, see. Oh, no.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah.
So you're still the same. The fair would start on the 17th and go to the 25th.
No, I don't think that's not what they told me.
They're going to roll into August.
I think they start yeah.
I have never heard the fair rolling into August before.
So their last day would be
This is going to get interesting for the Cole County Classic then.
This is because that'll affect a lot of things.
I thought that's what they said when we were there.
I'm going to cook at a golf tournament on Saturday
Tioga.
in
Okay.
Tioga, and at 2:00 I'm going to pack up and I'm going to hightail it south to Dickinson to broadcast.
Oh.
So I will not be there early.
I'll be going north.
Going to Botno.
Where are you going?
Botno,
Slinger.
I think.
Slingshot?
Yeah.
The banker checking in, Kelly.
Hey.
Jeremy Rust agrees with what we were talking about the schedules and everything lining up. It creates good bonds between racetracks.
Mm-hmm.
So he's checking in.
One for all for one.
Yep.
That does work pretty good.
Now we move. So
yeah.
that's Sunday, or that after the Cole County. Do we want to touch on the guys going south, or when do we want to touch on that? Travis Hagen,
Yeah.
Bland Bohannon, Darren Schatz,
Jeffries.
Tim Goodwin, Gabe DeShaw.
Gabe. Mm-hmm.
Who am I missing?
Kyler
Kyler Jeffrey.
Yeah.
They all packed up and they wanted to do Iowa Speed Weeks, kind of a
Which-
bucket list deal.
As Travis shared, we're going to stop at the Cole County and then head east.
And then head east, and they
They
cruised
did
down to the Harris Clash on Tuesday. A top
Yep.
5 run by Gabe DeShaw,
Yep.
which was fun to watch.
Gabe got a 4th. Mm-hmm.
And then Travis Hagen, I believe he made the A main, right?
Nope.
No?
I don't think he
I
did.
don't think he did.
No, he didn't, because he
I
got.
don't think he did.
Man, if you would have looked at his heat race that night, there was 5 Super Nationals champions that he started behind in his heat race, and then in the B main, there was 4.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
That's
Yeah.
that's
just
not what
crazy.
you wanted to draw.
Just crazy. And then they went. Wednesday night was not Kazooth, but Clay County.
Clay County. There he made that one.
Yep. And then
Gabe ran he got second that night.
right,
Yeah.
Gabe showed out really well down there.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think Gabe
Right.
came home after that night.
Yeah,
He didn't go to
yep.
Kasuth,
Right.
but Travis and them guys continued on to Kasuth.
Yep.
I think Travis had a pretty decent run. Everything's foggy now. I could look it up on my race pass, but
Right. And then you roll into
Jeffrey had some good runs while he was down there. Bland Bohannon had some good
Yep.
runs. They both made some A mains.
Darren had run.
Darren
Yep.
had a really good run.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Goodwin, he made the feature at the Harris Clash
and Clay County.
in Clay County.
Was that deal they went on? Was that like a race week deal or something?
It's
or?
Iowa
Weeks.
Speed Week.
Speed
Yeah.
weeks. Okay.
Yep, Iowa Speed Week. But
I did it when it was kind of like just getting to the.
But what's crazy is when you rolled into Friday night, you had the Night of 1,000 Stars. Marshalltown still raced weekly.
Yep.
So you kind of lost out on some of the Marshalltown guys, didn't you?
Yeah.
Points runners, seemingly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't know Marshalltown still ran.
And Boone raced weekly on Saturday.
Yep.
See, that's what we don't do up here.
Right.
And I'm not going to say they don't care down there, but I mean, that is the heart of racing. There's so many guys that just race that track.
Yeah.
They don't travel.
Yeah.
I'm like Jimmy Gustin. He don't travel. He goes to Marshalltown and Boone, which that's all he needs.
Yeah, that's a full plate. So,
it's
Travis.
It's not like up here where you have to travel to race many nights.
So our very own Travis puts together the first night of.
Well, that's what I was going
to
to touch. We're rolling into Williston.
Yeah.
We're going to Williston on Friday. Travis Hagen and the boys. We're going to call the rest of the boys Jeffrey and Bohannon and Goodwin. And they're rolling into Hancock.
Britt, Iowa.
Britt, Iowa, Hancock County Speedway.
Home of the Hobo Days.
Hobo Days.
Yep.
How do you remember that?
Because I was there in 05, and we pulled in, and a sign said, Home of the Hobo Days. And we all looked at each other. What the hell are we doing here?
Fitting right in.
Yep. Google it once. It's a big ordeal.
Yeah.
We'll run through the winners at the Williston Basin Speedway really quick. Taylor Heaton in the IMCA Hobby Stocks.
Yep.
Kept his roll running from Underwood, winning night 2 in Underwood.
Got her done on the high side.
Your brother.
Yeah.
Dave Ravinia,
Spicy
Dave Ravinius in the Sport Mods.
Yeah. Let's stop. Let's just stop and absorb.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Spicy. Dave Ravinius.
Spicy was putting her up in the high line,
right?
On the gas. Dang.
Got her done.
They showed it as his first Sport Mod win. I thought there was another one in there, but
he said he hasn't won since 1998. Didn't he say that in the interview?
Yeah.
98. I thought I had a dry spell. Dang, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
You guys didn't have gray hair then.
No. He was going to Florida with me.
Right. Right.
I was a junior in high school in 1998.
I was 8.
Well, we weren't.
But yeah, pretty cool to see Spicy Dave Ravinius picking up his first Sport Mod.
He was
winner.
in second. I could see him from the car putting the old high-low number together, and he got her done. So good on Spicy. Since '98, my God, different millennium.
Your modified was damn near new then, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well. It was a 95, so it was pretty fresh. It still is a 95, I guess I should drag the brakes a little. It still is a 95. It's 30 years old.
Yeah.
The modified that you were going to pull out and race?
Yeah, it's the only one I have running. Yes.
I think this needs to happen.
This needs to come out.
It's a stocker clip car. It's what we ran in the 90s. It's Monte Lundy era. That's what we raced.
This needs to be out there Sunday.
That was the plan.
And look at what you've been
having. They don't have a window net.
I got one.
Well, I have one. I got to weld it in there, and it's got to be nice and taut so it doesn't flap and irritate me.
That drives you nuts?
Bad. So
maybe I'm out.
We'll see.
Maybe I'm out.
Oh, boy. I thought it was going to Dickinson.
Joe Flory picking up the IMCA stock cars, a battle between Joe and Dalton in that stock car feature.
Yep.
Pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
Weston, your anchor, slingshots.
Mm-hmm.
And then another first-time
winner, Philip Keller,
Yeah.
picking up the IMCA modified feature.
Just got his car fixed from SIBO.
Oh.
Yeah, freshly fixed. SIBO
Yeah.
Motorsports, sponsor of our rundown, got it fixed up for him.
Yep.
Big happy circle here.
Yeah.
He got her down and ran her around the bottom there and did what he had to do, and it got the job done. So, yeah, that was a night of first, and they was happy. It was pretty exciting.
And then, in the meantime, Travis...
While the races are going on, I have the live feed from Britt, Iowa, going on my phone sitting up there. And I kind of lost track of where they were at in the racing, and I think my phone shut off, so I wasn't even watching it that time. But I get a text message that Travis Hagen wins the feature down in Britt, Iowa. The night of 1,000 stars.
So exciting.
And when I announced that to the crowd, I kind of slow announced it or whatever. We got big news, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
The crowd all cheered. Everybody had fun.
yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Did you ever win a feature in Iowa?
Just the All-Star race, I guess.
Oh yeah, duh. I
So,
should have known that. What
yeah.
the?
That'd be
Yeah.
about it.
That one counts.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I watched that with my own eyes. That one counts.
Was
He
it
did
with,
do
Was
it.
it with that car?
No, that was with the J car. So,
Oh.
It would have been 06.
although the car I'm talking about, I qualified in '98. That is the car.
That
is the car. Right.
Oh, dang.
It's got a Fisher Motors body on it.
Still?
Really?
Well, it's not the exact one for that car, but it's on there. So, yeah.
You got
Okay.
pictures?
I got
don't-
video from when I practiced with it.
Don't show us pictures. We want to see it. We have to see it there Sunday.
You were asking for things now.
Well,
You should have started.
my
this
name.
At the,
Hey,
should
my
have started
name.
this at the Cole County
Hey,
Classic.
my name is Tina, and I want it done.
Yeah. Well, you're pulling on the right strings, but
Fluffy said, "Let's put it in Victory Lane." He's on his way to your house
Yeah.
right now.
well, it's easy to find. It's on the dirt side with 2 flat tires. So.
At least get it on the concrete side, Fluffy. At least get it over there.
Oh boy. How
Oh,
far back is this?
98 probably.
Oh, September 23. Let's see.
You know what's
September
crazy?
23.
If we go
22.
upstairs in that back bedroom upstairs, I bet we can find photos of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a little confusing because I got a body off a Harris car on it, but nonetheless, the presentation is still pretty solid. Jesus, where am I? I don't even know how to run my phone. That's half the problem.
Because that's from 08.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Let's see. I remember it's October. Okay. Okay, guys. There it is.
Oh, wow.
October 16th, 2022 at Underwood at practice day.
Why is it not going to be there?
Well, it needs a window net. And started. I hadn't changed the oil since, like, I don't know, 06 or something like that, and I didn't that
That's
day,
probably better oil.
yeah, that's when Brad Penn was Brad Penn.
Right.
It was the good stuff. It's still in it.
Man.
I got video in the whole 9 yards with the crane in the background. It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Did you forward it to yourself?
Yeah. Yep.
That has
gonna
to be there.
It's going to be on the Dirt Weekly
That
here
has to be
momentarily.
Steve Saar working on it. The master.
Right.
That was my Chad Knaus.
Right.
That is Steve Saar working on it. Look at that. This is me. This is the 90s in a nutshell
Right.
here, guys.
That's what this race is supposed to be.
That car and that trailer go together.
Right.
I didn't send me that. I didn't send that picture. Let me send that one.
Oh.
Because they
wait.
can't see this at home. So
Oh, well,
it's coming. It's coming.
wow. Holy smoke, 72-hour countdown here.
Well, you get tomorrow off to work on the race car.
Well, I gotta make
That
sure my
needs
permit
to be
goes
there.
through. It does need to be in there.
Unless your permit.
Is it sanctioned? Boy's the plumbing permit. I'll make sure that goes
Yes.
through.
It's
Darn
sanctioned.
TV will buy your mod license.
I'll buy you whatever you need. What do you need?
God. Well, we don't want to buy a license.
Oh,
Well, in
oh,
your-
you trust me? You do. You have to. You got email?
In your own in your own words. They don't ask for a couple of nights.
Right. Yeah, you might get by.
Oh, well, at any rate, we got sidetracked. But
Imagine that.
yeah. The window posts are white because they didn't quite fit this car. We had to make different ones. They're not green yet, but you get the flavor. Yeah.
So where were we on this?
Yeah.
We're on night.
So we're going into
Oh, yeah, Willis and
then
Estevan.
Estevan.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
I made the trip up there. Struggled in hot laps. Did not win those. Did not win the heat race.
Did you try to win hot laps? I kind of tried.
Yeah, and I was
I
terrible.
thought I felt good, but then I wasn't. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, Estevan. I would. Is that place goofy to get around? Or am I just
don't know.
struggling?
Yeah. That's what I'm blaming it on.
Okay,
at
me too.
my house.
Yeah.
I'm thinking too much about the stuff that doesn't matter apparently because it ain't changing.
The track was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, there's absolutely no complaining when
besides my speed.
we make comments like this.
Yeah. It's personal problems, not,
Right.
Yeah.
not presentational problems.
The racetrack
If
was.
there's problems. Yeah, the racetrack.
We forgot to touch on one thing at the Cole County. Maximus Beater came back out in a sport mod.
Yeah,
for the Cole County.
he's not retired no more.
He's
Right.
not the race car is not taken
I
away
almost
anymore.
need to take notes because it's so easy to skim across the good spot.
And
the
then
good stuff.
Maximus taking the car up to S-Fan.
Yeah.
We parked next to you.
Yeah.
Your spot.
I finally parked in my spot.
Your spot.
You
Yeah.
took my spot that I wanted.
Yeah. Smallsy
Yeah.
texts. He goes, hey, can I park next to you? No, Max showed up.
Yeah, sure. The one time I need it. Yeah.
The community parking spot actually had
It was-
the right car in it this time.
Yeah, it was booked.
But
it was booked
but
yeah,
then
by
we-
the owner.
Yeah.
then we realized we may have a problem with both of us parking there. The fans walk by and want to know why they didn't get to see a Dirt Weekly.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Well,
You might have to move down.
we got. Let's pay attention to the program here because, it's just a thin fence between us.
There
You're
was
getting
some-
you're getting
we're getting
heckled.
heckled.
Jeez.
Well, hey, what happened to Dirt Weekly? Well, ask him. He's the producer.
And if they're gonna get to me, I'm way down there. I'm in the safe zone.
Well, how's the corn looking? Well, it's looking pretty good. Well, you got to have a Dirt Weekly so we can find out. Well, here we are. Sorry, guys, for the delay.
81 cars in Estevan. Good car count again.
Yeah.
I did not pull that up. Good thing you're doing it.
Yeah, I have.
Co-producer, not me. So,
Cash won the hobby stock.
yes.
You can just hit the winner summary.
So,
Oh, wow, jeez. Why didn't
yeah.
you show me that 3 years ago?
Yeah, it hasn't showed me yet, period. Do you have to be signed into, do you have to pay that part of my
Yeah.
race pass?
I think so.
What is it, 50 bucks?
I'm out. I just got standard visit as a guest.
And it was a stock car.
Qualifier. $1,000 to win qualifier.
Yeah.
So,
Just wait. Here it comes.
okay.
Uh-oh.
19,
Yeah.
1990 in a nutshell, right?
Yeah. But that was 2022, October 16th. We are in Underwood having a little practice day, and that is Steve Sarr. Now, you guys don't know him, but he's the rage of the 90s.
Yeah, he was the real
Yeah.
deal.
And that is
Did he?
that
have,
is a 95 custom car with a body off my Harris car with a Select Ford sticker on it. Yeah. But the window posts are white because the car was different. The window post didn't fit. And you guys who do bodies know what I mean.
Right.
So, yeah.
So the question I have here is there dreams of maybe this car
The plan was a little novelty this year. That was the plan.
a novelty? You guys weren't looking to go out and try to
No.
be competitive, win races.
Well,
Yes and no.
I didn't want to tell Steve it couldn't happen, but I looked around and my feet were on the ground and I knew, it is what it is. But nonetheless, so we boogied around. We had an open motor in it, of course, because that's all I own, and we had a pretty good day. Yeah, Steve knows his cars, every one of them like a child. He knows that car better than I ever could, and it's never left my presence.
So if you were to flash back in time to 1998, this is exactly what you would see in 1998.
That's what you would see.
And then Little Smalls is dreaming, man, that guy's got it going on. His trailer's lettered, the truck matches.
Yeah, that was all fresh.
That was all
30
fresh.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy Russ says that he thinks IMCA allows one without or one race. They do not.
That's not true.
Zero.
Trust me.
Zero nights.
They don't do a one-day pass, but I like his thinking. 'cause
Right. I tried it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Corey
When you're on the track-
Palm. Corey Palm is the mod green too. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see?
You're looking at it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green's not just an idea; it's a lifestyle.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? You got a green frame. See, that's a green frame on that
Yeah.
modified.
Yep.
Right.
But they fade so bad. That's why I backed away from them. Just have green bodies on them because the frames fade so bad.
Brian Schleck said Jordan better get her done.
Yeah.
Zach Heiderbrink wants to know where the winner summary is that I just told you. If you go to results, it's under results.
See, he didn't know either.
He didn't know either. When you go to My Race Pass,
I didn't even turn it on my phone.
if you go to results, up at the top underneath let me
Get
get rid of this here.
rid of that vintage picture.
You can't see it, but at the top it says results,
Winner.
how many
summer.
races, and then winner summary. And then it goes to posted classes, and then all the classes underneath there. If you just click the winner summary, you get all the races for the whole night.
Here, I just thought it was a checker flag making me feel better because I never see one.
I do the results down at the bottom after bring up each class.
Right.
Jesse Long checked in up here a little ways. Something about, let's see, Jesse Long finally made his way to Victory Lane on Sunday.
Yeah,
Crowd loved it.
Yeah, on the
rack,
hook.
Yeah.
On the hook.
Yeah.
They all cheered as he went by.
He waved.
He was finally in the North Dakota State Fair parade.
He also said something about, let's see here. Guess he better wait until Motor Magic to run his compact? Does he have a compact? Motor Magic's coming. If you want to buy a compact for $1,250 to win 2 nights,
Yeah, that's good money.
each, $1,250 each, you better get her done and get it up here.
Right.
Well, he said I got a 2-week window. I have a 3-day.
Right.
Fluffy. Jed Boyce, let's get our Glame. It must be flame shirts.
Yeah,
get our
yeah.
flame
Get our
shirts
flame
out.
shirts. Yeah, the flame shirts are in 95. That actually matches the car.
Scott Curtis, Jordan really needs to get that mod out there Sunday. You're getting peer pressure now.
for
The peer
sure.
pressure is on now.
It has to be there.
It's era correct for the Monte Lundy Memorial.
Oh, right on. Chris Grinstead, he has a question.
Let's not be a hard question.
It's a Chris Grinstead. So Jordan Boyce raced a mod?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
I'm not sure.
30 years ago.
I'm not sure. I might have had one of those dreams, of the music of the 60s or something. It might have just all been a dream.
Jed Boyce must not have been watching because Fluffy tagged him in that comment that said get the flame shirts out.
Yeah.
And Jed Boyce comes back with, Fluffy, what are we doing?
Oh.
So Jed's not even
Fluffy.
it's not Mod Light related,
Right.
so he's not listening.
He don't care, yeah.
He's a seasonal guy.
Yeah.
Winter seasonal.
We do not have one for a sport compact, Zach, or what are you looking for? Zach Heidebrink says you got one that he can run. If you come up here before Super Nationals, because the problem with you, Zach, is you got to flag Super Nationals.
Yeah, this
So,
don't work. Yeah.
Labor Day weekend, Saturday, Sunday. If you can make it work, I will find you a car.
You might need a private plane to make this happen.
He'll be the first compact guy that flies around in a private plane.
We'll get the ground crew moving
Right.
the car, but you're
Yeah.
going to have to hop in the plane.
Right.
Jed Boyce said, yeah, I beat him one time.
Oh, Jesus. It's bad enough that I might not have raced a mod. Then I got to put up with Jedley sneaks a heat race and win and Botno on me.
Holy, that's
It's almost
awesome.
as bad as you. Almost as bad as you on this Botno deal. I
know.
try to give my
Holy.
friends a little bit of slack, and I got to live with it forever.
I have one feature win in a modified. It was in Botno.
Yeah.
Jordan got second.
Holy.
You give a little slack, and that's all they remember.
That's all.
I mean, I raced a mod one time in Botno, and I got beat in a heat race in the feature.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Terrible experience.
Oh.
Oh, man. So. Jedley.
Zach,
That's awesome.
if in the future, if that date changes for this compact special, we'll let you know and we'll get you one.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, he's out because of the boon.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we touched on it.
And Jed Boyce says he has the
Someday.
sticker to prove it. He must have the heat race win sticker or what?
Well,
Feature.
he must.
He beat. No,
No,
he
it
just
was a
did
heat race.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to prove mine.
He twisted the input shaft off the transmission for the features.
Oh.
And I had to fix it.
Is that like Jed's racing career? Is that all he did? Or how many times has Jed raced in his life?
Yeah, probably in Botno, 3 or 4 times. Well, see if he chimes in. It wasn't the whole season, but it was a couple of nights for sure.
Because believe it or not, the Green Machine can haul 2 cars.
2 modifieds.
2 modifieds.
Yeah. Well, actually, you can haul a modified and a stock car if you take the bumper off the modified.
Yeah.
I did that one night in Underwood, like in 2016. Yeah.
Huh.
I would have ran the Harris car that night, but yeah. It probably had that body on it.
He said he raced in Williston and Mandan too, he said.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. He was in Williston. Yeah.
Jeez, he had a big career.
Yeah. About 5-6 nights.
Yeah.
He probably had to buy a license. Well, he had to. You can't get away with it. So,
6 a.m. tomorrow for breakfast at the truck stop, Zach. If you're there, I'll be there. So will
I won't be there.
Yeah.
I won't be there. 6 a.m.
Yeah, that.
Why?
Got to do it before I go to work.
Well, I know your why, but I can't think of my why. So
That,
I'm out.
right. You only get up at that time for special occasions.
If we have
like
the-
don't go to bed.
Right.
Still there.
Maybe we'll have the same waitress, Zach,
Yeah.
that we had when you were up here on the tour. Where were we at? Estevan.
Yeah.
Were you running through?
You get back on that.
So,
Estevan. We got through the hobbies.
special for stock cars,
Yep.
and
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah.
I got out of it to go do
Say,
something else.
and
Schedule.
Austin and Mike went at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Stock car
Might come up a
special.
little
There
bit
we
short.
go. Results.
Austin got her done.
Winner summary.
There. That was,
I'm not
Gunnar
even
Raynard
close.
in the slingshots.
okay.
He put that together. He won in Minot the week before, right? Didn't make the trip to Williston. Won in Minot the week before.
Okay.
Yep.
Jesus, we got to do these weekly.
Yeah.
Les
we got to do these
hey,
weekly.
Modified. Les McClenahan.
Yes.
That was
Hey.
a battle with.
Hey, Marcus.
Yeah, there you go.
Marcus.
Yeah,
Marcus
yeah,
and Les.
Jeez.
And yeah. Let's go. Let's do the modifieds right now.
Right.
Yep.
So Les takes off. He's getting her done, and then traffic comes up, and Marcus runs him down and gets him in traffic. And we're like, okay, Marcus been a while out of victory circle here, so yeah, okay.
He needs it.
Yeah. And the lap traffic keeps being there, and Les gets him back in traffic. And great race for Les. Great
Right.
race for Marcus. Come up short, but
And
there's no wrong here, but
Right.
they both needed the win.
They both
needed
did,
the win.
for sure.
So, Aaron, a little bit of a distant third. And that's
Right.
the way it stayed.
Right.
I mean, it was one
It
of
was
those
crazy. It was crazy because
So-
I don't think there was very many cautions. I don't think there was.
There wasn't one.
There wasn't
wasn't
one. Okay,
one.
No, I needed one. I was out of breath.
25 straight laps.
Right.
Yes. I shouldn't say Aaron was a distant third, but he was. There was a little bit of a gap there, and he wasn't able to close it. So I mean, the three of them were all going the same speed. Both guys needed a feature win, and Les prevailed. It's been a long time for him too, and that was awesome. Yeah, I mean,
A little shameless plug. I don't have the video loaded up. I can't put all this up here.
What did you do today?
Yeah, exactly.
and yesterday.
And last week.
Rewatch the races if you don't know.
Yeah.
DarnTV.com
Right.
gets you anything you want to watch here. But you're going to want to go back and watch some of these because they're
Right.
really good.
Yeah, they are.
I think we've been telling everybody.
We've
that,
been
right?
trying
We
to tell
tried.
everybody.
You're right.
Yeah,
We've been sidetracked pretty good tonight.
yeah.
There's a lot of green in our heads.
Not green arrows.
Not
just
green. Just green.
Yeah, just green.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see it coming either, but it was pleasant. Right.
Oh.
Okay, back to this again.
Okay, so start at the top.
You already said Cash Saxon,
Yep,
right? He
yep.
won the hobby stocks. First feature win, I believe, for the old Caster.
Really?
Well, again,
First hobby stock win.
Yeah.
He won quite a few in a slingshot. Slingshot pro-
again, a slingshot
Shot
graduate.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and his first feature win in a hobby, and what I would call on
a technical
on a
racetrack.
technical. There you go. I was going to say on a part of the track that isn't for beginners. He was able to keep it cooking.
Yep.
So
Up
he's
high
a
on the
14-year-old or
dry.
what?
I guess I don't have that
Maybe
answer.
15, 16.
I don't have that answer.
He's got 1 or 2 years in a hobby, or is this year 1?
Oh, I was thinking maybe 2.
I don't.
This is year 2 in the hobby, so
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
So maybe 15.
It does not say. I
Oh.
don't have it on here.
Yes. But
Profile
Good.
managed by Cash Saxon. Cash, can you go in and update your information so we can see?
I know I can't.
I
I have none.
mean, he's got a cool picture. D Money chassis.
That is a cool picture. Yeah. I don't know how to do that either. So, but his racing was hot. I mean, again,
You're sitting there. He's sitting there in third, and he has Satrin, Hansen running the bottom. They're both down low. And
Dyson.
He goes, you know what? I'm going to go up to the Brandon Beater line because
That's
seen him.
just what I called it when we were sitting there watching. I go, Brandon, that's your line.
I seen him do it last year a couple times up here. I'm going to go do that.
Yeah. And it took a couple of laps.
It took him a handful of laps.
But he wasn't losing any gap. All of a sudden, you could see it starting to come.
If I get ambitious tomorrow, I'll try to pull that video.
Yeah. Again,
It gets
a great
exciting.
race.
I apologize to everybody out there.
Yeah.
Darn TV needs to post more replays.
I don't know. I don't know why they don't. Don't they have like 5 people working for them?
Yeah.
This-
Well,
this-
1.5. You were doing a little co-producing there, and I know nothing, so I am just dead weight. And I know it.
This is a 2-man band.
With a third one chirping.
Somebody
I'm
just
a chirper.
texted me and said, "I'm listening to your dumbass." Now I'm a dumbass for talking. Is that normal?
Again, you get what you pay for here. Yeah.
Is it somebody we all know or what?
Yeah.
Austin Doe stock car feature.
Yeah.
Did we already touch on that? Mike and Austin.
Mike kept him busy.
Mike and Troy Heupel.
And Troy, yes.
Troy
yes.
Heupel was to
Troy
the
made the
outside.
trip.
Troy Heupel
Troy made
was
the
like
trip. Mhm.
that groove and a half higher, and then Hagen got a little bit of a sighting, so then Hagen moves up there, and they were almost 3 wide at one point in time for the lead. But when it singled out, Austin was able to drive away by 5-6 car lengths at the end.
That's better than the straightaway in a corner that he's used to putting on us.
But Austin running around the bottom.
Yeah, not an Austin line. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta switch it up.
Gabe DeShaw come back north and picked up the Sport Mod.
Okay.
He's the point leader up there. They wanted to make sure they got back for that, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on their way back now. Stock car fixed.
Stock car fixed. They're on their way back. Is that who texted you?
Yeah, that's
That said you're a dumbass?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
He should.
Well, that's
look,
words of encouragement.
Was that like all of us or just you?
he just said it was just me, kind of.
Yeah.
God, that makes
If he
us
didn't,
feel
I was
better.
going to make sure.
Well,
I heard the stalker had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm.
It's just leaving the shop.
Hopefully we're entertaining them as they're driving.
Well, Adam says we do.
It says they're eating, or they just got done eating.
Yeah. Well, bring back a chocolate chip cookie for us.
And we already talked about Les McClenahan.
Yep.
Yeah. So, we touched on slingshots. Okay.
Yep.
That's Estevan.
That was us.
One-
Esteban.
1 points nights left in Estevan.
I
One
know.
race
I know.
night left.
Yeah,
2 months disappeared this summer.
for sure. Maybe 2.5. No, maybe that's.
We've
next
only
year.
raced for like 5 weeks.
Right.
It's crazy because like the way a summer works for me, like my anticipation in May for the Tougher Than Dirt Tour, I'm so excited, like nervously excited because I want to make sure
Yeah.
everything's ready, and Tougher Than Dirt Tour comes and everything I thought wasn't ready just works out in the long run, and nobody even realizes that maybe I wasn't ready.
I worried for
Okay.
nothing.
I worried for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get done with that, you come down a little bit.
You exhale.
You go, okay,
Yeah.
now we got Mod Tour. Now I
Right.
get excited for the Mod Tour. There's weekly races in there, but just in your mind, you're like, the next big event you look forward
the
to
high spots.
is the
Right.
Mod Tour.
Yeah.
That comes and that goes. And you're like,
Right.
oh, okay. Well, now we got
Cole County.
Dirt Wars.
Dirt
Wars.
Wars. Dirt Wars. Yeah.
Dirt Wars. And then we have
The
Cole
start.
County. Now we start in the little double headers. All right. We get back into August. Now we got a little bit of a lull. See, the next one in my mind is Motor Magic.
Motor Magic. Yep. Same.
That
After
kind
this weekend.
Yeah, mine was the Monte deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Monty deal now
Yeah.
sticks out, but
Right.
it was just
Yeah.
kind of like you progress through. But all of a sudden, because you're looking so far forward, like
It just
the
flies
month
by.
of May, I'm
It's
looking
like you're not
towards
appreciating
June.
the moment.
You're not in
I
the
mean,
moment.
I don't
Yeah.
think we do
but
that.
you are, but you're
Right.
not, because you're
Right.
always thinking a month out, a month and a half out.
Well, you're in the moment because you're going to these races, and I go to a lot of them, and you're watching in the moment, and you appreciate what you see in. But in the back of your mind, you're looking out to the future,
Yeah.
and you don't even realize you're looking past
The next
what's in front of you.
difficult obstacle, how about that?
Right.
The difficult obstacle. In Motor Magic, it can be difficult. It's a 3-day deal. There's a whole bunch of things that have to go right, so I get it.
I'm almost starting to think I'm in therapy right now. You guys come.
Well, you have
Gee,
been, so I believe it. I have not.
Am I a client here or what?
Shed
Yeah.
some light.
Yeah. Corey Palm, North Dakota Non-Wing Nationals. My plan is to be over there and broadcast that for you guys, Corey.
Yeah, you don't even get to go to.
I don't even get to go to Motor Magic. I'll be there Friday night
Right.
to do the announcing, and then I'll head to the Devil's Lake Speedway for the final 2 nights.
Say that same weekend. So.
Yep, too many things going on at one time and not enough people.
Yeah. No, we can't split ourselves in half, to be exact, because we want to be at both places.
Yeah, and I'm already too short.
Yeah. Well, yeah, half the long way.
It doesn't matter for him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter for him.
Well, then I'd be skinnier.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Kind of.
Hide behind a stop sign. Pull. Oh, boy.
Train derailed off the tracks.
No fatalities.
1 night left to cover.
Okay. Let's get her done.
Yeah, this was a good night. This was a fun night.
Back to the Nodak Speedway.
Yeah.
5 classes of cars again.
Second weekend.
We remove the stock cars and compacts. We bring in the hobby stocks and sport mods. Both are racing for big money.
Yep.
$750 to win, each of them.
Each.
Canadians came down in full force.
Yeah. Good car count. 86 or 83 again?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Nothing to sneeze at.
I think, we've only been under 100 maybe 4 times this year. So.
Western Renegade Ross Cummings.
Yeah.
And Dusty Lawson put on a great race.
Back and forth.
Had the privilege to announce with Nick, and it was a privilege. But, wow. I mean, of course, seeing it from that angle and all that there and the excitement with Nick. But, I mean, the heat races, my God, right out of the gate, it's Slider USA here. Holy smokes. Now, they're all qualified, and these guys are throwing it. I'm like, yeah. Let's get it on.
Junior Slingshot, Slade and Pfeiffer.
Yep.
Picks up the win.
Let's go through this slowly. That was a good race.
Oh.
So we got Slido, and we got Eli kind of working and kind of doing the Travis Hagen little draft-a-roo here. Gunner's hanging around. Gunner's having ice cream for the first half.
Right.
And then the white flag comes out, and Gunner goes, oh, wait. Yeah.
I want to play.
Sladen gets him by about a half a length, and he gets Eli for second.
Crazy.
Wow.
And they're moving.
They're getting right along. So the heat race are a little bit spread. I made the comment, these guys can re-gear them and stuff like that. And it looked like in the feature. Yeah. Because they all came back
Slade
to life.
and Pfeiffer by .085.
That's the theme of the night now.
And
.0 something. Right. And then Eli, the whole window couldn't have been a half a second. Or
right.
5/10
.112 back to Eli.
Entertaining.
We got a tenth of a second covering 3 cars here. So
Steven looked like he was a little stressed down there watching.
Well, yeah, I was excited where I was at. I know that. So, yeah. So Sladen got slingshots done.
Then Preston Martin picks up the Legends.
Yeah. Dayton led it for a little bit there. Dayton was getting too wide there, and a couple cars got underneath him. But once Preston got to the lead there, not that he gapped it big. No, but he was in control.
It seems like the last 2 nights of the Legends, there's like 5 just right.
And they're able to move around a little bit more.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think running them a little earlier, like I think we maybe had a philosophy that maybe they like to track a little drier or a little bit.
But then they're just right.
But then they're right at the bottom.
Right.
Putting them right after the non-wings.
Seems to be.
You get them out there and there's some moisture for them to move around a little bit.
I thought there was a lane to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually maybe
on the call, I think you said Sierra Davenport was even.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
shit.
I wish she could have pulled another gear.
I know.
She had a cool line up there.
Yep.
That's 2 weeks in a row. Everybody goes to the bottom. She goes. She's trying to.
I was waiting for her to take off. I
right.
think if she could have shifted or whatever motorcycle transmission, she could have clicked one more gear. She was on such a big racetrack out there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But how cool of her trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
I mean.
That was exciting. She could have shifted or something, but yeah, she made it neat. I thought her running of the race was kind of the play of the event. So,
yep.
It didn't win it, but it was interesting for sure.
IMCA Hobby Stocks.
Come
down to a green-white checker. Kyler Satchin probably had it in the bag.
Yeah. I'll go on record of that.
We had a caution with 5 to go. We had a caution with 5 to go. They had a restart. Kyler was able to. Brenner chose the inside on that.
On the first one.
On the first one.
On the 5-lapper. Uh-huh.
Okay, Brenner, but he learned. He watched what happened. He felt what happened. So we get a caution. The white flag is taken. We're going to touch on this rule real quick. White flag was taken.
Rule 36.
Rule 36.
Not all tracks have this.
Not only Nodak has this. It does not.
The previous president made it.
The previous president made this rule. Because the philosophy that I have going on here, when we made this rule, it was frustrating because if you were to go back to the last completed lap, that's technically a 13-lap feature.
Right, you're losing.
So if the white flag comes out, you throw the yellow, only 5 cars go across. Well, you're going to basically go all the way back to the previous lap across. The 5 that go across will get counted for that lap, but 6th on back is going to actually be on lap 13. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does to me because I've been through hours of this, but
right.
But to explain it,
so we put the rule in there
terms.
that you get to run at least one green-white checker depending on the time allowance in the race.
When you say at one at least, does that mean there could be 2?
Yeah, it's dependent on the time.
Okay.
So, like, it's a minute per lap plus
Judgment
5.
call, race director type of deal?
So it's 15 minutes plus 5, 15 laps, minute per lap, 15.
It's one lap or 1 minute
Per lap.
That's it. No
plus 5?
No plus 5?
So if they are well under their 15 minutes, which they were, well under 15 minutes.
Because that was the first yellow.
That was
the
second
5-lapper.
The 5-lapper was the first one.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But they were well under their 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So they were granted at least one. If they maybe went to finish that one out, they would have got to do another one depending on the time limit.
Okay.
Or, I guess.
That's how the rule is written.
Right.
It's depending on time limit at race director's discretion.
Right.
With time limits. Okay?
So now the rule also reads, if the leader takes the checkered,
it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
So if one car takes the checkered,
then it's over.
Yeah. That'd be a tough one to pull back. I took the checkered.
Not
this time.
It happened.
Oh.
Earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
But
first things
first.
first.
So we explained the rule.
Uh-huh.
Kyler, the top 5 take the white flag. Yellow comes out. We do a green-white checkered.
Mm-hmm.
That rule changed in 2022.
Yep.
So we're going on year 3 of this.
Williston has had this rule in the past. They may not have it now, but they have had it in the past.
Year 3 of this rule. And I'm going to bring up to some people out there that commented on Facebook and whatever. I believe a driver that was involved in this one was also involved in one a couple years ago when the rule first came out. And the complaints were then, as they are now, about that rule. They just don't remember. I'd have to dig deep into the Facebook archives, but you could find it somewhere. But anyways, green, white, checkered. Brenner chooses top. Mm-hmm. You comment on the broadcast.
I caught it right away. I'm like, I thought he was heading to Sierra's line.
The next thing I'm going to say.
But he didn't go that far.
The next thing I'm going to say. It is badass when you have the drivers choose on the front straightaway with that high camera on the flag stand.
Yeah, that's where I caught it. I caught it on the screen.
Nick had it on the high shot on the flag stand. And they're coming out of turn 4, and Bruce has them choose right there. You can watch what Brenner does. I mean, only Brenner gets choice. Everybody else is
fault.
Second place gets choice.
Yeah, second. Only second place gets choice. But it still gives you that idea of where everybody's starting. Right. I know in the motions of the race night, you can't do the choose there every single time. But holy moly.
It made me revisit that idea because it mattered. It mattered.
Right.
It's 3D chess. We're playing on the top board now and not the middle board. So, right.
I think there was an aspect in this, too, after I watched it back again, about 4 times.
I've only watched it once. Well, I've seen it on Facebook a couple of times.
Because they were running more of the lower line, marbles getting kicked up, was there an aspect of some packing going on out there during pace laps under that yellow?
I can tell you, I would have been packing it.
Yeah,
I'm just
right.
Well, I'm gonna be Judge Brenner's deal here. He's a little too free during the race. So the last thing you want to do out of the free car is make a bigger corner. I mean, that's
Right.
You want to make a smaller corner. So when he picked the outside, I'm like, whoa. Again, I'm thinking he's heading to Sierra's line here. I think he's going right to the cushion. But he had been. But when I watched that, I rewound it, and the laps leading up to that yellow, he was a lane and a half, two lanes off the bottom, and he was straighter.
Right.
I'd lost feel for that. So, yeah, continue. It was cool.
Now you can play it.
I forgot I had it already loaded in here.
Oh,
See, you did do some work.
If you want to call that work, I guess.
see, boss, I'm
Yeah.
worth it.
Right.
If you want to call that work.
Yeah. I'm a
Well,
valuable
how do you like
player.
this?
So
We're going to go
I took
green,
this one all the way
white,
back because you're going to
checker
see what I'm talking about here.
Oh,
So
boy.
Nick puts it on this camera.
to the win here tonight at the Playground of Power.
We're going to.
This is where you find out if you have ice in your veins.
There's two.
Okay.
Two laps
Okay.
left.
That's okay. Easy to say, hard
Brenner
to drive.
chooses the
I
high
would
side.
say
You think he's going to the top.
I'm thinking he's going to the top. It's because he picked the outside.
Well, there you hear the drivers getting the one-way communication.
How about
on how
Kevin
they're supposed
Eklund,
to be
too?
lined
Yeah.
up.
Great
the
run.
hobby saw.
Great run by
Yeah.
Kevin Eklund coming back
This is where
out.
you
It was a
find out who
fresh
your true
addition.
friends are as well. I would have to
And,
think Jordan or
and it
who-
looked like he hadn't taken much time off.
or
no?
who maybe
Okay,
So
So
here's
here it is.
the view that I like so much. Bruce is having them choose.
Boom.
Boom.
You could have your
That's
best
where I
buddies
pick it
and
up. I'm
brother
like,
out there
ooh.
with you.
It just gives you such a good sense of the choose,
Yeah,
of the double
Because
file.
he takes a hard
And
steer to
then
the
you
right.
got Trevor thinking the same thing. He's really checking out the high side.
Yeah. Again, I'm thinking.
Trevor's been up there the whole race, but he has to go make sure it's still there.
Right. Yeah. He wants to make sure everybody sees him up there, so they go up there.
I'm thinking Brenner's thinking, I'm wore out. I have nothing left in me. I'm going to shoot her to the top and see what happens. That's what I was thinking he was
But
thinking.
look at where they're packing this whole caution. They're packing that middle in.
And you only need it for
2 laps. It'll hang on for 2 laps if you think able to drive it down in deep here.
See, he's not tailed out there. He's straight.
Right.
So
Yep.
in his defense, looky. Inches are right up.
Grinstead to the outside, and Grinstead
Gets good
side
drive
by
out of the
side
corner.
here with Santra. How does he now
Does-
get through 3
opens
and
up
4 as they
corner
rip
entry here,
on
'cause
through?
Yeah.
The best part about dirt track
Right.
racing,
Watching this
1 and 2
battle,
is different than 3 and 4.
Grinstead's got
Oh, yeah.
some here. Grinstead
Look at
that.
the wall and
Right down the wall.
They're neck and
Now
neck.
the cars have been on it, but it's still
Final
good. See how
timer
straight he
on
is?
the
Actually,
speedway,
Kyler gets a
Sanford and
tick loose
Grinstead.
there.
Yep.
Little
Still
tailed.
side by side.
Door
Oh,
handle,
wow.
door
Hang
handle.
on tight.
I think this is when Bruce says, well, I'm going to need to know who the winner is. I'm standing on the stage,
In the air.
and now watch this.
Unbelievable.
See, I'm standing right there. I got on the radio. I said, I have no idea who won. You couldn't tell.
I almost thought Kyler had won. Of course, the numbers are right in front of me then. I'm seeing the 007, but
Yeah.
wow.
.007. But that's only the hold it. That's only the second closest feature we've had this year. .002 on Tougher Than Dirt Tour night.
Is that what that was?
Really?
Bang on the front straightaway.
Yeah. Well,
That's
it's almost
close.
wrong that somebody has to not win that because
Oh,
that was
it's-
such a
Right.
great.
And
Wow.
who was on the short end of the Tougher Than Dirt Tour night?
Kyler.
Kyler.
Yeah.
With another Stead in the last name. Olmsted rather than Grinstead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What are the chances with
That
all
was
these little...
002.
That was
Right.
0. I'm going to go
Wow.
back to it just to confirm it, but it was
Wow.
.002. Because I told Jen on the radio, because I was, for my classes, the direct race
Right.
director, and I was like, can you double check it? Is it seriously .00, or, you know, she goes, that's what it says.
Yeah, because remember, I got on there and I said, transponders must be checked.
.002.
Wow.
And what did we determine? He had the old firewall.
He had the old
Yeah, that was our
firewall.
discussion.
Remember that?
That maybe that was leaned ahead.
Stock firewall.
Yeah.
Oh,
That seems like so long
yeah,
ago.
Kyler was the same guy in that situation too. Well, like I say, it's unfortunate that somebody didn't win that because it was that good of a race. But yeah, I've lost a half a dozen that way. I've won probably as many the same way. So
So then we roll to the
I'll be
sport
even.
mods.
Yep.
And the firewall didn't make it. Mark, the tech guy. Firewall didn't make a difference this time.
they both had the same
Yeah,
Aftermarket.
Yeah. So
We roll to the sport mods.
hi, Mark.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
One thing else I'm going to point out that was neat about the other night, it was random redraw night. Both Grinsteads started on the front row. Tyson and Brenner.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Pretty dang cool. You have two brothers. Then you go to the sport mods. Father-son starts on the front row, Stan Mayer and Dustin Mayer.
I made reference
Really?
to Nick.
Yeah.
The redraw was in a mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty
it was.
neat that things like that
father-son
happen.
deal and of course the Saxon brothers. were
Darren
out there
started
too, but
6th, I believe, right?
Yep.
He was able to – we did a lap. We had a caution, so we completed one lap. And then he was able to make a move in the first corner. He kind of shot the gap in turns 1 and 2 and come out with the lead. But Dustin Mayer wasn't done with him.
Dustin was digging.
No, he passed him back.
Passed him
Yeah.
back. They ran side by side up front there
The whole
until a lap and a half to go,
and
until
then-
the lap
and
traffic
then you
Until
had
they
the,
got in deep lap traffic. Yeah.
then you had the 21 car just
lurking.
Oh, yeah.
Lurking.
and the 4 car.
And the 4
Don't
car.
count
Yeah.
all
Fast
the,
Eddie.
Yep,
Yeah,
he was
Eddie was
right
in there too. Again, all the races were good, and this one was too. Gabe was up to 3rd there with a restart. You thought, oh, what's this going to do? And
Well, they only had the one caution.
One caution.
yeah,
And then it ran all the way through. I think we've had, 5 cautions out of all of the races the last 2 weeks?
Oh, that one there was early. Yeah. Hey,
I'm knocking on wood.
I'm not
so-
hiding from why. Because the track was wet,
Right.
and I'm sticking to it.
Wet, smooth, and fast.
Supposedly they wreck race cars. I don't know. They're efficient shows, and I'm sticking to it. So, call me the bad guy you want to call me. And we don't want dirt on the hot dogs. So,
Or in the beer.
Or in the beer. Yeah. It's cute one time. It's not cute every time. So, right. But no, great. Again, Dustin was on the verge of a first time or two.
I talked to Darren this week or whatever, and I asked him about coming out of 4 if it was any better or whatever, and he thought it was a little bit better, but he did say it stayed slimy. It was like kind of slimy up there, and Trevor gave me the same speech. So
I'd heard that too.
When I
So-
walked across the track,
You said it. That's where I got it.
I'm like, now maybe I don't need to be putting water up there during intermission. So like Tom and I were kind of talking, maybe he needs to roll that in too, but I don't know. That's another thing back to that Sun deal.
Maybe
It
the
ju-
tines just to touch it up. That
I don't know, or just not even just roll it in.
I couldn't believe how much moisture was up
It
there.
I think the other thing, I do think a lot came out of the track.
When I walked across, because Max was racing, so I went down to the hot pits before the hobby stocks, and there was those top 2 lines
It
or
was
2 widths. Well, it was wet, the first one,
right.
like wet.
like
I
slide
could
off
not
wet.
believe how moist it still was.
Right.
But slippery
And then there
wet.
was a strip. The top car width was wet, slippery wet, and then there was a strip of wet but still tacky but wet. Does that make sense? Like it wasn't tacked up. It was still a little
But,
bit of
it needed
moisture.
work, yeah.
Yeah, still a little bit of moisture. And I think that's what Trevor and Darren were talking about. That spot, that strip that was just like why it wouldn't work in, I have no
Right.
idea.
Right.
But eventually it had to work in because that's where Darren was running.
He said it wasn't easy to run.
Right.
Yeah, well, it looked
And
like
I-
Darren struggled a little bit in 1 and 2. He was better in 3 and 4. So
Right.
That's what I thought.
And I only walked across in 1 and 2. But it was just crazy to look at that and like that fine line, but
Right.
it made for good racing.
The tracks you guys are building here for the last, I don't know, handful of nights for sure is I'm going to continue to make my comment. You can race them on the first lap.
Right.
That's important. That's appreciated.
And even with that mud up
it's
high,
just a better race.
the track is plenty wide enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of –
Even if you're slick way up there in no man's land, I mean, that's better than it being slick across everything. I mean,
right.
you're just waiting to tear a clip off then, so nobody wants that.
No.
Like
Ryan's busy enough.
Good 2 weeks of racing.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
Everywhere, across the board.
Even though we struggle to remember who, what, and where.
Right.
So it's because there's so much good racing. It really is. You got to remember which track you're at. So
Man,
yeah,
we still have 40-plus viewers hanging on to us here.
Yeah.
We've been in the 50s for
well,
a
it's
little bit.
we haven't talked about corn yet.
Right.
We haven't talked about corn.
So
So on to the next thing, or what do you?
Well, we can move on to the Monte Lundy deal, if you want to move on to that right now, this Sunday.
Okay, yeah.
Monte Lundy Memorial IMC Modified Special.
Upcoming events then.
Well, I have it at Monte Lundy
Okay,
preview.
okay, yeah, better yet. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know what else to put in this segment. I had a hole, and I needed to put something in there on the rundown, the SIBO Motorsports rundown. So preview it.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping for
30-plus cars.
Yeah, I'd like to see the 40.
But not going to be disappointed with.
I'm going to go on record. My bet is a 30. I think 30 is a solid expectation.
And Fluffy says the return of Jordan and Ahmad.
Yes.
I promised Nick I was going to announce with him, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. Nick invited me back, and that's big. I mean, that's Hollywood stuff. Maybe I'll get one of you two over there to eyeball what I'm talking about here. It might not be as attractive as it sounds, although it looks like it did in the picture, but that's the problem. It looks like it did in the picture. It needs some help.
Yeah, so we're hoping.
Monte Lundy's family is putting up the money for this, right?
That is awesome.
They wrote the purse.
They figured out the purse, made the purse, and put the money up.
Yep. They bought the trophies. Stu made a big check.
Wow.
They got T-shirts made.
That'll be for sale under the grandstands?
I think so.
Souvenir trailer? Okay.
I'm not sure how many extras she ordered.
Okay.
It was all her deal. She did a pre-order.
Okay.
No, everybody involved wants this to be a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think it could go.
I have the cards ready for the redraw.
Yep, you're gonna do a different redraw down front.
Yep. Well, we'll do the same redraw we kind of do on the Tougher Than Dirt Tour. But we're gonna have a playing card, ace through 8 playing card in the.
We're gonna go hot laps for mods only because I'm hoping that we get some new guys or just some shakedowns because I mean it's good money.
Yeah,
$3,000 to win.
It is. It's
$3,014. So
it's great to acknowledge the celebration.
Right.
Of Monty and
he still has him and Walla have the highest finish at Super Nationals. Ryan Clark told me what it was. It was 2001. It was 5th, and Walla did his in 17. I think it was.
And Jason got a 5th also.
Yep. So it's a tie. So I just Monty was the first guy I ever kind of helped. My Uncle Terry helped him. Mike Coughlin Jr. I scraped mud. I mean, it's a big deal. He was a family friend.
We'd win IMCA sanction in '97.
Right.
So for him to do that early, I mean,
it was
kind of put North Dakota on the map, if
big
you will,
time.
or at least the western part, because we were all sanctioned and told all the reasons it wasn't going to work and all those things.
And back then, I think you lost your motor.
Yeah. You went home with frame rails.
Right. I remember my uncle coming
like the top 4.
Yeah, he got. Well, I think
top 5.
5.
Yeah, because he unloaded his.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I remember my uncle getting home, and I mean, he just looked like he went through a war. And,
because 6 days ain't enough. We got to pull the motor too.
Right. Yeah, come all the way back. I don't.
Boy.
No motor. So, but so Monty, I mean, he was a heck of a race car driver. Always had beautiful race cars. Beautiful.
Yeah, and the pictures that they're showing, the yellow with the blue 14 was his trademark colors for sure. Estevan, he was the first modified champion in Estevan in 2000.
I got a trophy from Estevan Motor Speedway from the one time I went up there with those guys. He won, and I got the trophy, so I still have it.
He's an important thing at Estevan too. So
yep.
Raced in rugby full time with us. I mean, we kind of were a half a dozen bunch of us.
I know. All the Turnbulls are coming. All 5.
5. Okay, I was going to say 3 for
3 mods
and then 2 slingshots.
Okay, so
yeah,
I don't think that's ever happened at Nodak yet.
Yeah,
to me that's a big deal in itself. I thought Strand said he was going to try and be here for this. Maybe a Keller sounded like he was going to try and come. I know Bielas were coming.
Travis, when I was over at Trackside, there was a lot of traction from the Williston guys, from what I understood.
Okay, good. Good.
Sounded like a lot of them are going to make the trip over. It's kind of one of that cool weekend. I don't call it cool weekend, but with Williston and Estevan not racing, it
Right.
lines up perfectly
Yeah.
for everybody to converge.
No tore up stuff the previous 2 nights.
Yep.
Unless you went looking for it.
Right. And then
Right.
Mad Mike Hagan's going to wheel my car.
That's the trade.
Yeah,
That's the
I
trade.
smelled that earlier.
The
so
trade.
yeah, I seen it getting set up on Facebook.
Right.
I knew it was a slam dunk. So that'll be awesome.
You say
Yeah.
you say you don't know how to work your phone, but you're sure up to tune
No,
up
I watch
on Facebook.
I do Facebook on my home computer. I don't do it on my phone. It's too small.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I got a home computer.
He's got the big screen.
Yeah,
I don't even know what Facebook looks like on that.
yeah,
I do. It's right there.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Well, you can read it then. The words are bigger. It's important.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping
No,
it's a
so-
good turnout.
I'd heard all 3 turnbulls coming down. That I'm excited for that.
Right.
That's awesome. So
I hope we get a pile of mods.
And if not, we're going to honor a great guy, Monte
Yep.
Lundy, anyways.
Yep.
And we're going to race with
looking
who we
forward
have,
to
and we're
sharing
going
the
to.
stories. I hope the family can bring just some fresh reminders, if you will, on some standout moments. He ran a mini stock first.
Yeah.
Started off life in a mini stock. So
See, and more of them stories will come from
Yeah.
your generation.
yeah,
I'm not calling you
from
old.
the 90s,
Yeah, the 90s.
the rockin' 90s. So
I just remember the 14 yellow with blue numbers.
Yeah.
actually, your Uncle Terry had done a great tribute to him.
Right. That was pretty close.
That was
Yep.
pretty close. So yeah,
Actually, my favorite car of Monty was he had that it was a yellow frame, yellow
number
deck.
white body.
Yes.
kinda
and
like
then-
yours.
and
Yeah.
and then had the chrome wheels on it.
Yeah,
That thing was sharp.
actually, he had that for a while too.
Yeah.
I guess at the end he had the yellow body, blue
Yep.
numbers, but he had the white body with the yellow numbers.
always stayed
Yeah.
with the yellow.
Always stayed with the yeah.
Yeah.
Even when he wasn't racing, he was still interested in racing.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to get back in, I know.
He helped me on my first sport mod when we were
Mm-hmm.
struggling. You know, the sport mods were new in 2012, and
Yeah.
he came out to Wyatt's shop. We were working on it, and he set the front end all up, and it come right back to him. And
Like I
and
say,
we
even
got
when
rolling
he wasn't
after
racing,
that.
he was always
Right.
thinking about racing.
Right.
Bryce Beckett shared that too when he was racing, that Monty was involved in
Yep.
a lot of enthusiasm, even though I believe he couldn't race. So that was what it had
Some
come
health
down to,
issues
so,
held him back at the
Yeah.
end, right?
Mhm.
Yep. So
Yeah, he'd had something there that was tough on him. So, but
it's a big deal to me. I mean, I'll never forget walking into his garage in Surrey, and they had that brand new. I think it was that brand new Dirtworks. It was yellow and blue, and it had plastic on the doors. You know, I mean, that was the first time I ever seen a brand new race car. And Mike and Terry and Monty were standing there. They were pretty proud. They had that
pretty
was
pumped up.
top the line thing, and I was hooked. Then that was the start.
You were
I think I was only
That's a great
11 or 10. 11.
yeah, great memory.
Any
So,
of his cars still around anywhere?
I don't know that.
The actual
I don't-
roof, didn't Terry have the actual roof? Because I think Esteban wanted to get the roof. That's why I say that. And I thought Terry said that it was over at Trackside in Williston.
Oh, really?
That's how I think I understood that. The spring or the spring before. Because Esteban's interested in it because, again, the first champion there.
Right.
So
Yeah, and then I mean the other thing, like this week, we lost Ole.
Yeah, Ole Olsen. Yeah.
That deal.
Didn't see
happened.
that
I was
coming.
going to touch on that here as we went. Yep.
Yeah, I just kind of want to do it
Yep,
now
yep,
because
Yep.
Monty, and then I rolled into the years with Wyatt. After Monty, and I don't know. To me, it's gonna be a tough weekend for me.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you were right in the middle of both of them. So.
Right, so it's kind of crazy how this all happened. Ole did a lot for a lot of racers, the racetrack. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know if I would even be racing if it wasn't for those guys. Or
He was involved with lots of people. He's involved with me for sure, and I was involved with you guys are doing your stock car deal. So, yeah, and it's gonna take
It's-
some
I
time to
don't know,
remember
yeah.
those things too. So
It's a tough week. Like the Ole Olsen deal, you called me, I think, was it last week or the week before? You were telling me
Yeah.
the story, of your the Hall of Fame meeting. And I was like, But I didn't know how bad it was. I don't think anybody did they?
No.
And then all of a sudden, boom, I hear the news from
Yeah, I was in shock on whatever Monday it was, and I don't know. It's
Yeah.
still kind of.
I still haven't
Well,
processed.
we just talked to him and did the Hall of Fame.
We did the Hall of Fame deal, and you,
Right, yeah.
him, and Katie, the four of us stood out in the parking lot and talked for another 15 minutes.
Right,
and
and now here we are.
that was the last 15 minutes for me.
right.
Wow. And it was pleasant. It was upbeat, and it was Hall of Fame stuff, and we were trying to figure out the percentages or whatever we were
Right.
doing, and of course we talked about other things in life, which always happens. So I will forever treasure that last conversation.
Yeah,
So
man. I mean, like I said, this is to me to have that deal happen, and we got Monty's. I mean, it's kind of
it is kind of a double hitter weekend.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be. I don't like to cry, but it's
Yeah.
this
gonna be
next
tough.
It's going to be emotional.
I mean, it's two people that poured the love of racing into me. I mean, if I don't know if I didn't have those two people, what who knows where I would have ended up.
I bet if we go upstairs in that bedroom again, we can find pictures of Monte Lundy's car.
Yeah,
your
I
mom-
got
your
some,
mom will
yeah.
have lots of that. We're going to have to crack that safe someday.
Wintertime.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, winter show.
It goes by fast.
If you think it's a couple pictures, it's crazy.
Well, I remember some of the days just going through some of the
But back
daily
then,
deals.
Back then, that's all you got.
That's all we had.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a box of VHS tapes back there. I bet I might have Monty on.
You didn't get to delete them and start over.
You're right.
You printed the
I
bad
bet I
ones
have
too.
his car on video.
You're right.
Yeah. You have to.
See, now you got something you have to get done.
Yeah, see?
I ain't
should-
gonna have time.
It'll be a lot.
Did I tell you what I'm
Someday.
doing Saturday? Come on now.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 But
I
this
thought
Sunday,
I thought maybe I was going west. So.
Sunday is a big day.
Big day.
I'm
Big
excited.
day.
It's been something when
I'm
you
glad
guys
it's-
announced it this spring, or when we first started hearing about it and talking about it. I was excited the whole time
Right.
because
I mean,
one thing we don't do well up here, like other areas of the country,
yeah.
we don't do memorial races well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Botno within the last handful of
Yeah,
years.
it's got the
Robbie
Robbie.
Conway.
Yep.
And then championship night is the guy that
Rob
donated
Cody.
the
Okay.
Williston's
Wilson.
Rob Cody
Uh-huh.
on championship night, which is coming up next weekend.
Uh-huh.
And then championship night up in Botno is also a memorial race for the person I think that donated the land or built the track, something to do with the property. And I can't remember what it is, but it was always a memorial race. But other than that, we don't do a whole bunch of memorial races.
We got the FedEx.
The FedEx,
Yeah.
Pin it to win it during the Motor Magic.
Motor Magic.
and that
Middle day.
But other than that, yeah, I mean, we
So
don't.
bringing something like this in has sparked a lot of things in a lot of people
Right.
that maybe next year you might see some families put money together to have. And you don't want a memorial night every single night.
Right.
You want to choose wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to how this gets celebrated. I
Yep.
think it'll be good. It won't be poisoned by any previous night racing, which
Right.
will have everybody in the right mood and preparation. So
I think his family's coming up early, or like to me, you could. I hope there's a lot of guys that come early, just to visit or whatever, talk about.
just to savor the moment.
Yeah,
I hope so too. Yeah. I follow that. What part of his family is representing?
His sister.
Sister.
So
Yeah, she'll want to walk around and she'll remember some of the people
right.
somehow, some way.
I don't think they've been to the
Mad Mike will be
races.
right in the middle
Right.
of that.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about it, Strand, that was the heydays of him coming up here every Sunday night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mad Mike, Alan Kent.
Alan Kent.
I
I
think
thought I seen Ellen was coming over.
I
I
think
think I
they,
saw that.
They are. I mean, That's what I want this to be.
Yeah.
You know, almost like a early 2000s feature with some of the.
So what are you going to do with Travis Hagen then?
Well, you know,
Travis.
Put a 67 on him.
Yeah.
So
You want to just bring one of your green doors and quarters, and we'll just bolt it right on the side
kind
of
of what I'm
Travis'
thinking. Oh shoot!
And then I got these dice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I like in the color.
right.
Well, I put a pink one over here for you
Yeah.
because you had
Yeah.
pink on your car, a green one over
Right.
here. But we're gonna have some fun,
Uh-huh.
and somebody in the stands might have a chance to win some money
Yeah.
from
Oh.
Darn TV.
All right.
Oh my!
And a racer might be able to earn some extra money from Darn TV.
They're big.
Right.
What
Well,
do they
you
represent?
got to have them big enough.
Yeah.
So if anybody's watched the High Limit series, they do the dice roll. Well, instead of whatever they call it, the Durst dice roll, it's going to be the Darn dice roll, and I'm just going to copy it.
The
'Cause
darn
that's
dice.
Darn
Okay.
dice. And
I might have to be in the stands.
we're going to have a fan. So Brock Beater and I are going to be at the entrance to the grandstands. This is the only way I can figure out to make it work.
Okay.
And we're going to hand everybody a ticket as they come in. I'm going to have 2 rolls of tickets.
Wow.
And we're going to have a 5-gallon bucket. And Brock and I are going to be ripping tickets and handing everybody a ticket as they come in. And then at the first intermission, when we do the draw, we're going to call a ticket number, and that fan is going to come down. And they're going to roll these dice. And it's $100 for every position. So the lowest number you can do is a 2, and the highest number is a 12. So imagine $100 for each one. So
Okay.
$200. Add 2 zeros. $200 for second. So if you start second, and you win, you and the fan, the driver and the fan, split the $200. So $100 each.
Okay.
If the fan rolls a 12. It's going to be $1,200. They split $600 to the driver, $600 to the fan. If the 12th place starter wins
Can
the feature,
win the feature.
So you got to roll the two sixes here.
Yeah. Well, that would pay the most. It'd be the toughest climb.
Right.
well,
too.
that's why it's set up that way.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I ordered these 2 colorful dice to match you guys.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I figured it's a big night. Let's have some big fun, right?
Right.
For sure.
Get a person in the crowd involved.
Yeah. So somebody can win some extra money.
Good
And
thinking.
in the hopes of Jenny, nobody wins extra money because I'm giving away Peyton's college fund.
So the pole,
Jenny.
the pole sitter, he's
Jenny.
out.
He's out. Pole sitter's out. Pole sitter doesn't get a chance.
Can't you? Well, you can't roll a 1 with 2 dice.
Right.
Can't roll a 1 with 2 dice.
So, okay,
He's out.
he's out.
But I'm hoping I get the ticket. I come down there. Travis is starting 12, and
And
I
you
roll
roll.
a 12.
2 boxcars.
Yeah.
2 boxcars. Well, see, be there or miss it.
Right.
Be there or miss it.
Mm-hmm.
We will have some fun.
Great idea.
Some fun Sunday night. It's
Killer-
a great idea.
Killer
That,
colors.
it's
Yeah.
a great idea that Flow Racing came up with it, so
Right.
I can steal it.
Yeah, with fluorescent colors.
Right.
Yeah, they have black ones.
This kind of looks yellow on the screen. It is green, kids. It is green.
That is
My
green.
phone is kind of yellow, and it's not the same. Where are we at here? There we go. So
We have a couple other colors. We have orange over there,
yeah,
and
orange and yellow.
orange and yellow. So
Well, Swansea could cheat up on that
Right.
yellow a little too.
Right.
We could get Eddie on the orange.
Right.
Yeah,
There.
no, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be fun.
good thinking. Good
And-
event.
And if the dice roll works out, you might see it somewhere in the future. As long as I don't give my money away every night.
What if you rolled these for starting positions?
I want a camera.
Would that
on
be
Jenny.
hard? Yes and no? That could take a little while.
Well, because you're going to have guys roll multiples.
You just yeah.
You
But
could-
they would have to keep rolling.
What you're thinking?
I like where you're going with this. This
Right.
is snowballing right on the show here.
Because
Yeah.
you got 4, they just keep. You could line them up. You have to order. So if there's 6
I have
guys,
to order 2 more.
yeah, and get some other colors. Because I'm thinking if I'm up there rolling, I get the pink one. He's getting
Yeah.
the green one. Eddie's getting the orange one. Or no, I'll take the yellow. Yeah. See where I'm going?
Yeah.
Then you keep rolling one roll, and if there's any doubled up numbers. So let's just say Jordan and I get 2 2s. Then we have
why
to
don't we
roll
just
again.
turn this into 654?
Well, there we go.
We're going to play a big dice game of 654 for starting lineups.
Yeah. We'll save it for next year. We got all winter to plan it.
Miles Tomlinson has a bunch of Dylan Barnhart's bringing 2 cars on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Billy Bar's
Yeah, Robert's racing. There's another early 2000
Robert,
Helibus.
what's he racing?
You just said it. Come on.
One of Dilly Bars?
Yeah, but it doesn't say Robert Hellebust.
Oh.
Well, I mean, read between the lines. I say Robert's racing. Dylan's bringing 2 cars.
Bobby Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Bobby Hot Rod. I got somebody with phone number. I don't have him in my phone bank apparently, and obviously I know him. But the 67 mod should be out there with an Ole Olsen towing sticker on it.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, the door that I brought over for the Bras for a Cause did have an Ole Olsen
Really?
towing sticker on it. So
Miles
yeah.
Tomlinson
Maybe-
says they have VHS videos of both mini stock and Dakota
No
mod
way.
of
Yeah.
Monty.
Good.
So we'll have to grab them.
Yeah.
Miles, I
Yes.
have the proper equipment, just not enough time to turn VHS into digital videos.
Oh.
that you put
That's
on the
the
interweb.
we need that stuff.
Huh.
We need to get that on like the Hall of Fame page or something.
Yes. If this winter, I have the ability and the equipment sitting right there, that big computer.
Yeah.
So
The
You
North
get-
Dakota winters aren't nearly as long as they need to be.
Yeah, you got to.
Right.
We're working on it.
Yeah, see, you could be over there doing videos, and Jordan and I, we could be doing.
Dirt Weekly.
Yeah. And if we run into problems, we can always call you back.
Hey, we got a message. Nobody's receiving it. We're 3 hours in.
Kelly Dukeshire, the banker,
The
Banker.
banker.
which probably wouldn't approve of me giving away my money. But in this case, I think she's excited for it, hopefully.
Depends on if you're behind on payments.
She said it's totally possible for a 12th place person to win because it's happened a couple times on the
On a regular
limit
night.
deal.
She
Yeah.
does her research.
Yeah.
So she wants to
If you have 3 heats, the top guy in points does start 12th.
Yep.
So that's normal.
And depending on heat races, it'll depend on redraw and that kind
Right.
of jazz.
That's
It'd be
the
cool
only-
in my mind to have the top 12 starters down there. It'd be
Right.
really fun to have them there so whatever position gets rolled, I can walk over and have an interview with the driver, interview with
Yeah.
the fan, introduce them because maybe they don't even know each other.
right.
I mean, you
Yeah.
might have a fan that doesn't even know who this driver is.
Good point.
Right.
Good point.
And
Yeah.
at the end,
So we might do this after the B main,
yeah,
if there is one.
yep,
If not,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I just
we
might,
want to be main.
yeah, I just might need more than 10 minutes
Right.
to do all this, and we'll figure it out.
We'll make it happen. It'll be good. It'll be good.
We want a very exciting night.
Yes. First and foremost.
Yes.
The rest will fall in place.
Okay. We're on to
Fear the
next.
rear making moves.
That was not me.
Yeah, that was not me. Yeah. Yeah. Boy.
The nominations for me: Travis Hagen,
Oh yeah.
Gabe DeShaw
Yeah.
down in Iowa.
That alone is worth it right there.
Right.
I liked Cash's hobby stock feature.
Cash Saxon's hobby
So-
stock feature win.
I did like that. I did like
Making
that.
moves. I'm going to touch on another one. We haven't went there yet. Williston Basin Speedway made a Facebook post saying they weren't happy with the
Right.
racetrack, the racing
Yeah.
surface.
Yeah.
They said they're going to get it better.
Yep. That's making a big
That is
move.
making a
They're
big
making
move.
big
Yeah.
moves.
So I was excited to see that and hear that, and I'm excited for the powers that be to grab the horse by the reins and ride.
Man, I don't.
I ain't missed a race, and I won't miss this one either.
I know. I got mine. Cole Hanshoe.
Oh, there we
Hey.
go.
Yeah.
He got her done.
He did get her done.
He won a championship in Underwood. Then he wins a big race. I mean,
Good point. Yes. Give credit where credit's due.
right.
I like it.
Fluffy
I like
says Dave Ravinius.
Spicy,
There's another one.
spicy,
Yeah.
yes. God dang it, I meant spicy. Yeah. But I was going to say, I got about 5 of them because I do.
Well, if you haven't noticed, I've just been naming them off. So
Yeah.
I wasn't drawing any.
Yeah,
and
for me, spicy. I mean, we go, well, you say 98.
Yeah.
You went with me to Florida in the Green Machine.
Right.
That's the last time you won? That's hard to believe. That was right in line with that picture you had up earlier. Yeah. Yeah, spicy was important. Cash's was cool. That was, like I say, that was a technical track that he won on.
yeah,
So what is it, 98 to now? How many years?
lot.
26. 26.
Whew, if he goes on another 26-year streak, that could be.
Yeah, that's up there.
You guys will probably be winning at the View.
Right.
Edwood
We
Vista.
might not be qualified for the View. We might be in the nursing home.
Yeah.
Which means you're in worser shape.
Brenner and Kyler.
Brenner and Kyler. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're-
wow, fire. I mean, the all the features. And again, I was up there with Nick, so I was amped up anyway. But golly, it was a good night
Another
of racing.
one I'm gonna go with is Tom Henderson and I just on the track.
Putting
I
it
mean,
back
Amen.
together.
Amen.
Like
Things are
I'm
making moves.
right, like just dumbfounded on how it's
How it gets done?
and how it turns out. Like
Oh, that's
unreal.
awesome. That is awesome. You need
So-
to hold that torch and make sure you got somebody looking around,
Right.
because somebody else is going to have to do it too.
Right.
Tom's.
Fluffy says Kiss still rules 98 and now.
Yeah, I was on the back of the car. We've had some fun on the back of the car. From Kiss to
Fear the
Tight-fitting
mullet.
jeans.
tight-fitting jeans. We still do a little Kiss. Bismarck.
Are you
December.
taking that dice home with you? Or
I
what?
think so.
It looked like it.
Yeah.
A lot of good calls on Fear the Rear. A ton of them. Fear the Rear making moves is Fear the Rear Racing.
Yeah.
Follow them on YouTube. Go check out their YouTube channel.
Yeah, they're on their way.
Proud
home.
of the guys
I
for
don't-
traveling. You
Yep.
touched on that, but
Yep.
again, that's a great commitment. And
I don't know if
brought
they have
back
any
some hardware.
updated videos from their trip to Iowa or not. They best get on it. If you guys are watching while you're driving,
Right. Yeah.
get on it.
Heed our advice. Don't. We don't.
We don't heed our advice, but
right.
you have to.
Yeah. What is wrong? Why can't you
We
guys
give
get
great
your,
advice. We don't live by
right?
it.
Why can't you get the video up right now? I mean, look at our stuff.
Yeah, we're live.
Right.
We don't have to worry about any
Right.
of that stuff. It's live.
Oh.
What happens behind the scenes? You're looking at it. This is behind and in front.
Texas Red upcoming
Oh,
schedule.
commercial
Should we-
break.
Is it red?
Should
Yeah.
we throw the
Yeah.
commercial up there?
Commercial break.
Yeah. Corn. And that guy in Estevan wants to know about corn.
The corn looks good. On
The corn report. So, yeah, well,
Hey, have you been around on the bypass? The north bypass?
got some big corn out there?
Oh, drive out there and look. You think you're going in a forest.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Well, I was hoping I was going to get some 8-footers, but I didn't. I
Oh,
capped
they-
at 6. But my
Still
daughter,
not.
the agronomist that she is, she says, well, they compete for sunlight in the field. She said, so they're always stretching and reaching. Or they don't have to in the garden because it's just right there for them. So, anyway,
Cole County Classic weekend.
yeah, right.
We had a ride-along partner, Jorn, rode
Yeah.
home with me on Friday night.
Oh.
Yeah.
We went to pick him up.
left the truck and trailer down
Yep.
there.
Yep. Went to
See,
pick
I'm
him
getting
up.
old now. I got to get home. I got to come home to sleep.
Who did I
And
have?
you're not old, and you had to come home and sleep.
Yeah.
So.
It
We
was
had Trevor.
Brandon driving, Brock in the passenger seat, Trevor and Jorn.
Yeah.
We pull up to the old Jorn boys' house. I got Trevor and Brock.
The bus route.
The bus route. We
bu-
come in and do that. The first thing Brock does, I got to go see this corn. I got to go see this thing. What's this
Leather.
fence look like?
Yeah.
So Jordan gives us
Right.
a tour of the place, and we got the lowdown.
Yeah. You got to see the real deal.
Yep.
It's real.
Not happy with the pumpkins. Somebody's getting in there and getting
well,
the
the bunnies are getting. So I got the fence up. The deer are at bay, but there's a little gap underneath the fence, and the darn rabbits get in there, clean out the peas and beans. I got none. Mr. McGregor's Garden.
Wiped you out.
Do you remember the book when you were young, Mr. McGregor's Garden? Peter Rabbit sneaking underneath the fence. Okay, come on, Mr. Moose on Captain Kangaroo last week. Ride along here. Mike, I know you are. Yeah. You know where we're at here. So, but at any rate, so I got Mr. McGregor's. Yeah, they got those rabbits sneak underneath there. So I'm thinking some race car tin in the fall. I got to go around the whole 9 yards, black or white, type of deal. But
so they can't get underneath.
I got to put up some baseboard on this deal. But yeah, so the pumpkins.
Baseboard, old race car doors.
Right. Yeah, some checkers, some green, some yellows. Yeah. Well, I would if I was alone, but I'm not, so I got to make it all match so I don't have to hear my bad choices daily. So, anyway, the corn's coming in now. So the amateur gardener that I am, I shared that I planted too many of them, so I got a little problem there, but. Now I don't think I'm equally watering them. So I got what I got. I got my Ambrose and my Serendipity. I think is the tallest, but they're the closest to where the water starts. So I might have some slighted testing going on here. Corn husk are coming in. Tassels are up there. You get the baby corn. You go to Walmart and get the baby corn. And you're like, how in the world does baby corn happen? I think I got baby corn happening because I got such little corns on the edges, but they got little. I think they're going to be baby corns. Kind of like you see at Walmart in the jar.
Huh.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Well, no, Jordan did it.
Yeah, he did it.
Plant them too close together. Things happen. Well, at least that's what Mindy says, so they're too close together. But at any rate, guys, I will tune up my presentation next year because we can't quit now. So
we got a picture from the Beebs.
Do we? Okay, is he on?
He sent it in here a little while ago and said he's watching live from the combine.
Okay.
Watching live from the combine. The old Beebs. Jeff Bieber's sending that in.
Look at that. See the wagon's already full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looky.
The cart boy was doing good.
He's one lane. Well, I was gonna say he's one lane out too far, but he ain't.
No, he's on the move. He's on the move to go dump.
He's going to find a semi.
Pretty cool that they're checking in from the combine over there.
Yeah.
Hard to believe that is full force right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You got to beat the white combine because it's passed through a few times too. The hail job.
Yeah.
So, well, heck. Well, guys, hopefully I'm representing you well. Again, Brock and Trevor and Brandon got to see the Texas Red East Satellite Farm.
I guess I should have videoed it.
Yeah,
You should have. There's still time.
Right.
It's always available.
I was scoping out the place to have our live on-site Dirt Weekly. I was scoping that out.
Yeah, we could put a picnic table up by it.
I just take this table and chairs right to the All Seasons. Why can't we just take it right over there?
That would be.
We're gonna have.
Hey, always thinking
a Dirt Weekly in the garden.
Yeah.
Well, I figured we'd do it with the
Be
garden.
careful! Don't step on the pumpkin. That's a cucumber, right? It is.
No, don't sit on that. Don't sit on that.
Are those cantaloupes? Yeah, they are.
Those are some nice melons.
Right. Got about 12 cantaloupe coming around. So.
Well, we touched on upcoming schedule. We haven't touched on it this weekend.
Yeah, well
Saturday. So Friday's Mandan.
Friday's Mandan.
Friday's Mandan. Saturday will be
Dickinson,
Botno and Dickinson.
Yep.
And then Sunday Minot.
Yeah. The playground.
Forecast looks promising.
Nice.
Jumping around on Bismarck, just for the. They got 6 inches of rain here the other night.
Right.
Like last night.
That's crazy.
We only got a half an inch in Minot, and the Guards is too wet to walk in today.
Yeah, but did you see the rain total? They said Surrey 4 inches.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'm about positive that's what it said.
It did, because Jenny and I were watching it last night, and when it came across, I go,
4 inches?
4 inches?
And we got a half?
That's what it said. 4,400 is what the news said.
How does that work?
again, my garden's still wet. You can't walk, and I got to just look through the fence
I'm
today.
guessing you
The
got more
racetrack-
than half an inch.
The racetrack, we're going to go work on it tonight. You can't even get on it.
Yeah. Well, I use the garden as my barometer. You can't walk in the garden. My point is, Bismarck got 6. They were floating cars and dumpsters and everything else down there. Are they racing tomorrow? Does anybody know? Is there concerns? Is the rubber ducky coming up tomorrow?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope not, but.
Or they got a pig in the mud now. I mean.
The point is, we either got a half an inch or 4 inches. It's less than them, and you can't touch anything around here.
Right.
So I don't know what they got cooking.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Did Surrey move 60 miles?
South?
Right.
Well, last I seen it was east, but
I said the same exact thing. When that thing popped up on the screen and it said 4 inches, I was like,
I didn't see that. So.
how the hell does that work?
Maybe they meant 40, and maybe they put the dot in the wrong spot.
But at the same time, my yard.
Maybe they got the same producer we got.
Yeah,
They might.
Yeah, close both eyes. I did.
Maybe they're using the dice.
Yeah.
This place got this. This place got that. Well, but today, so when I left work, it was downpouring.
Today?
Yes.
Wow. I ain't got no rain today.
I got to Dakota Truck and Farm, the tractor shop, dry.
It is weird.
From your house, that's about 3 blocks.
It was
Or from the highway to
from the highway to
Okay.
So
well, that's about half a mile.
Right.
Fluffy said his
don't
dad lives 6 miles south of Mandan. Not a drop. Not 3 drops in the last week.
Wow. Well, again, the news shows cars floating around underneath the underpass, and dumpsters moving around.
But maybe it didn't even hit Mandan.
Well, yeah, maybe. Well, it has rained in Bismarck and not in Mandan, but wow.
I was on the phone while I was driving home today. And
it rained somewhere.
I was going, and all of a sudden the road turned wet. Just wet for about 3/4 of a mile. The road was wet. Spray coming off the vehicles in front of us, and then 3/4 of a mile, dry. The weirdest thing.
Yeah. Well, I seen the gray clouds and all that, but the forecast was no rain, so I believed it.
You say that's this winter, and I'll tell a story about that. What should I just do now?
What?
Yeah.
Wet road. We're headed to Iowa to go racing, and I think this is when we lost the wheel on the trailer. So we were gonna go to Jensen. So we're snaking through all these little towns, and it's like 2 a.m. We come into this town. The roads are just soaked, and I'm like, what the hell?
Stars are out.
Yeah. And I can't remember how it all went down, but so we get in this argument while we're trying to get through this little town. Like, there's no way it rained, or I don't know how it went, but we were fighting because some said it was raining. Another person said they're watering the roads or cleaning the roads. I don't know. We don't know what happened. We don't know how it did.
Aliens. Children of the Corn.
It was just the weirdest thing. I'm just like, man, I got my pickup and trailer all dirty. For what? But just...
They didn't crack a fire hydrant and just get everything wet? Not that you could tell?
I have no idea.
Chris Yo said it was raining a couple blocks from the track in Mandan. It was raining. But he that's all he said. It was raining a couple blocks from the track.
I think it was supposed to be sunny there today. It wasn't really sunny here today.
No.
It was, but it wasn't.
Not.
It's too wet to go in the garden.
Right.
As of 5 o'clock before I came here.
Well, it was too wet to do anything on the track. That's why we're here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mandan got 4.5 inches.
Woo! Yeah.
That's a lot. Hopefully,
I have so many smart ass comments to go with that.
4.5 inches.
Yeah. Yeah. In the dark. All of it. Right.
So long, we're done.
Yeah. No tape measures allowed.
Anyways, Mandan Friday, Dickinson Botno Saturday, Minot Sunday.
Yes.
And then I don't believe we're going to be able to have a show next week. If it will be, it might be Thursday.
That'd probably be the last one before Motor Magic, unless we should do one at the fairgrounds. So I get done, I can just finish track prep.
We can. Whatever.
Well,
Do it right in the booth upstairs
on the
or what?
road.
What about on the stage?
We could do it on stage.
There's plugins. That'd be nice.
Kind of like playing cards on the rodeo bowls without the bowls.
Well, maybe we get some.
Woo.
Woo! In the dark.
In the dark. Yeah.
I ain't playing anything with you guys in the dark.
Wow.
Well,
Gosh.
You guys got to learn how to stay focused.
A little tart tonight. Huh.
People still
We
watching?
gotta do this stuff weekly though, because
Yeah,
me going back 2 weekends, you could just well go back to the 90s. I'm as accurate.
We did.
We
98.
did, yeah. I was just as good there as I was last week. So, yeah.
Oh.
we'll shoot for Thursday.
Okay.
Um,
Thursday. That's
we-
what today is.
we leave Tuesday morning.
Oh, that's right. You're delivering Peyton.
We're
Right?
taking Peyton
yeah.
to college.
Right,
we
right.
leave Tuesday morning to take Peyton for
Okay.
We got to
college.
find another producer so we can
Nah, I'm not ready for that.
or just somebody to turn it on.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not ready
We're
for
supposed
that.
to be back Thursday though,
Okay.
so
Okay.
Don't get no flat tires.
Yeah.
don't jinx me.
At least make sure you got a spare and a jack.
And somebody that knows how to
I
change
usually
it.
have one or the other.
I'll
but
have
not
Max
both.
with.
Okay. Oh, he's going too. Family trip.
He had a bad report card earlier
Right.
tonight. I'm not so confident in the tire game.
Yeah.
Max is Max.
Is that the hot sauce topic of the night?
It
no,
might be.
no. What should we roll
Max
on hot
playing
sauce?
hooky.
Yeah.
What should we roll on hot sauce?
Hottie sauce. Well, I want to move some events around,
Yeah.
but it might be a little too soon for that.
Well, I was going to ask, how do we spice up Motor Magic?
Yeah.
We need
well,
I
have ideas, but
I just
It's
had
dark
this.
out.
I just had this discussion with somebody the other day.
Hey, get off your phone when you're working.
Well, sometimes it's our farming buddy sending pictures.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
okay.
it's true.
Had a discussion the other day to Motor Magic, the way it's set up, 3 individual nights, great. 3 features, 3 heat races, everything's awesome. Do you do some sort of qualification between the first 2 days to where you race both days, but maybe you race for a little less money, and that sets the lineup for
For the big
Sunday
show?
for a bigger show on Sunday with bigger money?
kind of help speed the nights up. Because I mean, if we're in
what
the
does
100
what does a racer want? Do they want the same pay all 3 nights, or do they want a crescendo night? A lower pay 2 nights with a crescendo at the end.
Right.
Some would complain that, well, then we're only rewarding one driver at the end. And others would say, well, I have equal shot to win the money 3 times.
I fall under the same all 3 nights because weather can't screw it up. So I bail on that deal just on that premise.
It's just a topic that we were talking about. Because I think Motor Magic is cool, and it's 3 nights, 3 races, same pay. And Motor Magic Champion means something, kind of, but it's just a trophy, right?
It would mean something.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I think the racing's just fine what we're doing. I'm
Right.
asking.
You want to spice up Motor Magic in general?
Yeah, that's the question because I just got done at the Motor Magic meeting and we're like,
I spelled out my plan.
right, and we were going down that road.
You just got done with it 3 hours and 45 minutes ago.
Holy.
Yeah.
That's
But-
like last week.
I like the 3 days on a different weekend.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
I brought up, like they were talking maybe trying to do like a food festival during it. Sounds like they're gonna try and get a cornhole tournament now Friday, because there's nothing really to do on Friday besides
Friday's a soft night.
besides our racing. So
You used to have Friday be a darn TV night
We did.
a couple of times. So
We did.
but what else do you do on the fairgrounds to draw people in? Because right now you have drag racing, car,
Well,
car
again,
racing.
I
or-
criticized when
racing
I
or-
criticized when it got pulled out, but the motocross track got plowed under for 3 parking spots up in the northeast corner.
I know. I agree.
That should not have happened.
No.
It had a sprinkler system and everything. And that was that many more people at Motor Magic.
What year did
Enjoy.
that get pulled out? I
know
remember
that,
watching it. I remember.
Yeah. Because I went over and watched it and raced at night. So I don't know. 10 years goes by fast, so I'm going to say it's been at least 10.
No,
I don't
way long.
know.
15?
There's just nothing.
15. That's the first year I raced. So it had to be. I'm going with almost 20.
Is it that much already?
20 only gets you to 04.
I don't have an answer for you guys, so
I don't know.
I don't have a clue.
We can't even get the. It sounds like they can't even get the go karts to come.
Because there ain't enough people that comes to it, right?
Right. So if we want motorsports,
So what's-
motorsports party or this
What's
thing
ended
to-
up happening with Motor Magic, it's become individualized between the events going on. You have the drag racing, that's their individual event. We have dirt track racing, the classic car show and auction. You know, we're all individuals on the same fairgrounds. How do you tie them together?
to get people there all day.
In essence, I think we benefit most from it all. I think Nodak
Right.
Speedway benefits most because
We're the last event.
we're
of
the
night.
last event of the night, so they're there all day for the car auction, and they come over to the races.
Yeah.
But how to get people to spend the day out there? Boy, you're going to have to either one shell out some money.
Yeah, but
do things-
and get what? That's
Yeah, as far as more vending, more entertainment.
right. Yeah. What round or where
But
do you go?
I don't even know if you'd get more if you brought in a food truck festival. I don't think you're going to get more people out there.
Because I think it leans back onto the weekend. You know, it's the wrong.
It's the weekend. I mean,
Everybody's going to the lake for the last time.
Or Boone.
Or Boone.
Right.
see, and I keep going back. Like Fluffy brings it up. The first couple years when it was Motor Mania,
Yep.
they had everything going on.
Right.
out
That's
there.
what motocross was there.
Right.
What motocross wasn't the first year the motocross, like the track was built in front of the State Fair Center?
Well, it was where Travis parks.
There was 1 year was where Travis parks,
Yeah.
and then 1 year was down in front of the actual State Fair Center itself before the permanent track got built out in the
On
parking
the
lot.
northeast corner.
So they built it right on the asphalt.
Right on the asphalt.
Right on the asphalt.
Yeah. Where Travis parks. That was the south end, and then back towards where we pull in with the haulers. That was the stretch. That
Really?
was motocross track.
And at one time that was autocross 1 year too.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, but
autocross.
a couple of times.
Insurance shut that down.
Is that what happened there? Mm-hmm. Well, then, yeah, you're right. Autocross there a year or 2 or 3 maybe. And then the motocross track was there probably 2 years. I don't remember in front of the center, but obviously it was.
And
then
you got
went
to
up in the
remember, you didn't
northeast
park
corner.
out there because everybody
And it
parked
had-
in the middle at the
Yep,
racetrack.
everybody was in the infield.
Right.
So
right.
dude, now what do we
We
do?
were back in the Magic 90s.
Right.
So,
Oh, they bring up lawnmower races. Remember the lawnmower
Yep.
races that used to be down
got
there?
yep.
because
Because
I mentioned again.
and they did lawnmower racing, and then we had the go karts, like they raced out at Billy's. They raced
Those kind of cars.
but that's all been disappeared or gone.
You guys are gonna laugh. we're talking about Motor Magic and all this stuff. My beautiful wife, love her to death. It's raining at our house.
Not here.
Jenny is 3 sweatshirts deep because it's cold when it rains.
Yeah, what do we got here? Burnout competitions they used to have at Motor Mania, go-kart racing.
How do you do a demo derby?
How much work do you want to
We
put
have had them during Motor Magic because
Can
I
you-
changed a motor for one of the days, and I got it done before the feature of the derbies got done.
Can you do it on the north side in the infield there? So I could
Yeah.
do track prep, or you're not tearing out the track.
That's an interesting proposition because it's too close to the grandstand now. There used to be enough room in between the front straightaway and the grandstand.
Demo Derby during the day. Enduro during the day. Remember, we used to have them.
Yeah,
but then you're not
demo one day and enduro the next, to be exact.
But here's the deal:
Yeah.
you're not getting no track prep done if
Right.
we're racing all 3
Actually,
nights.
the enduro was the last day. There was no racing.
Right.
It was on
just-
that Monday, right?
Or maybe it was on the Monday. Yeah, that must have been what it was.
Enduros have, unfortunately, that can be a hot sauce topic in itself.
Yeah,
Enduro
there.
racing has almost died in itself.
Marcus had set out a deal if you're racing the enduro check in, and with that said, I think he said they had 19
Yep.
of 22 that said they were coming. So, and those people that come are committed. I get
Right.
it, but man, it's a shrinking group. I mean, it's a fragile.
Problem with 19
fragile
cars,
group.
you don't get enough people in the stands to watch. Nobody wants to watch 19 cars.
I mean, if they break down quickly, it becomes a frustration. The concessions doesn't open and things like that. It's for us in Underwood, it used to be what carried us, and now it's not, and we want it.
There's
we
no
wanna do
cars
it.
out there.
And there's been some of that dialogue too. That the cars that we used 25 years ago aren't available anymore. So does that become a front-wheel drive enduro? I don't know. I mean, again, some of the dialogue, I don't know the clear answer on it. These compacts are interesting to watch, so maybe they would be an interesting enduro as time goes by. Not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
How do we – because you got to create something – like back in the Motor Mania days, didn't you pay like 10 or 12 or 14 bucks just to get on the fairgrounds, and that got you into everything?
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't that one of the early
and that fell
ones?
apart because everybody thought they deserved more than the percentage they were decided. That's how it went independent. Yeah.
So now, but yeah, and that creates independence because we're charging our stuff.
It turned into a pay-as-you-play, pay-as-you-go.
And I'm one to fault. I am absolutely one to fault because when I was Nodak Speedway president, I did not take Motor Magic meetings serious. Did not, because I just looked at it as we're Nodak, we're going to go do our thing, and
we're solid. We don't need help.
I go to them because
I would go to about every third one, or I'd go to a couple and then not be there. Go to a couple, but
I try and go because when I was a kid, that's what I wanted to go to. I didn't want to go to the fair. I wanted to go to
Motor Magic.
Yeah. But it's fallen to me. I mean, what is it?
Well, it sounds like your meeting wants to have some sprucing up ideas. I mean, they want to.
I'm the youngest one there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of these guys that are in there. Yeah, they remember way back.
Oh, we got it. This is it. Chris Fluffy. Wet T-shirt contest. First choice, second choice, and then Fluffy and Small sumo wrestling.
He's thinking.
or he's drinking.
It's Thursday. It's a day early.
Man, is the concrete going to get out the door in the morning, Fluff, or what?
Friday's a big day.
Maybe he got hit by a concrete truck.
Trevor was driving again.
Yes, Trevor got him.
It makes sense now.
The high side has.
That was an H.
Yeah.
On high side. Oh, dang.
I don't know the answer. How do you bring it all together? What can you do to bring it all together? Because I don't know. I just don't feel like because me as a dirt track guy, I never go over to the I don't ever go to the drag strip. I don't ever go over to the
car show. My brother's in the car show. Every once in a while I'll ride the four-wheeler over there before somebody tells me I can't ride the four-wheeler around on the fairgrounds. I'll take that one shot. Kind of like the IMCA license.
Right.
Somebody says a concert like they used to have. Didn't we have one year REO Speedwagon and somebody else out in the parking lot?
Okay, so that's been brought up. But when do you do it? Well, the races go late.
Yeah.
Where do you do it? Flicker tail?
At the same time?
At the same time?
I mean, it's
So
hard.
that gets you.
I think we're going to have a band this at Motor Magic.
Yeah.
So that gets you your night crowd. You know.
Right.
But we want the night crowd at Nodak, not at the
Right, but
concert.
that gives you your night crowd. But what are you going to do during the day when? Because like that,
How do you draw the kids down there? Bouncy houses, and I mean, yeah, it's not motorsports related, but you got to get people to come down there. So then they'll come to the races. They'll go to the drag strip.
Younger people are involved in that motocross deal.
we're
That should have never got away.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
It should have never got away.
Because I like the Stampede. So Tyler Tix and his family is over there racing dirt bikes, and I got the race car there. The only time I get to go watch his kids race, you know.
Yep.
And then they all come over to the trailer and check out the race cars, you know. To me that's good atmosphere.
Yeah. And motocross races in the day, and we race at night, so
Right.
everything makes sense.
But
Right.
even us, but even us as Nodak, like, and I'm going back to when I was president, but even before me, and now you, like, the races this for Motor Magic weekend. The poster says the showdown at Motor Magic. Well, you're promoting an individual event, you know, the showdown, but it just let everybody know we're at Motor Magic. You know, it's kind of a. Instead of promoting Motor Magic, we're all promoting our individual events still.
And we're under the umbrella of Motor Magic, which carries no financial.
But it's kind of like that we just put that out there. It's the showdown at Motor Magic. You know, Labor Day weekend, Labor Day showdown or something is what the poster says this year, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just looked at it.
I looked at it earlier today. I had to fix some Facebook stuff for you.
See, you were working.
the secretary that you
Right,
hired
right.
doing his job.
Way to be on it.
Yeah. You did
Yeah,
good, Brandon.
showdown over Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And then in super fine print that you can hardly see,
Motor Magic.
at Motor Magic. And that's a tough one because
Well, they got
individually we're promoting our own event because we want to make money because
But the Motor Magic flyer will be coming out.
yep.
They got one, but I don't know.
At Nodak, it started out as a Harvest 100 lap
Right.
race in 1978. I was 14.
7 a.m. concerts so that way drivers can sober up for race time.
See, Cole would never go to bed.
That's right. Now he's at the concert.
He might not anyway. And now he's for surely isn't.
Right.
So,
Hey, little Cole Handshoe mind. Oh, that music? I'm going to the concert now.
I'm not tired.
Yeah.
Going down.
Ribfest used to be awesome.
Ripfest was
Yeah.
there a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't during Motor
No,
Magic.
I thought it was.
No,
Nope.
Weekend before?
No, it was in June.
Father's Day weekend.
Yep.
Father's Day weekend.
I used to go to it. I like that, but
That'd be
what
tough.
happened to that? Do they do them anywhere in the country
Oh,
anymore?
absolutely. I just
They
did
do?
one in Watford City
Oh, really?
last Friday.
Oh, that's what. There was more than just you.
Oh, absolute
Oh,
absolute
I thought it
banger
was
down
just
there,
you.
dude.
Oh.
No, absolute banger. There had to be 30 teams, oil field companies, teams cooking
No way.
ribs. Oh, absolutely. I would recommend next year, I'm going to let you know the date, and on your way to Williston, it's out of the way.
Yeah.
Drive down to Watford, get out. They had a huge classic car show. They had a block and a half of classic cars, each direction in parking lots, walk through the classic cars. They had a block and a half of vendors, like little
Wow.
clothing vendors.
How did
cups.
we not hear about this?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like we're 700 miles away from Watford City.
Right.
Why is that?
I don't know. And then you get to the end, and that's where all the food vendors were.
Huh.
Everybody served a lunch. It was $10 for a lunch. You had to put together your little lunch. Ours was steak sandwiches because that's what I'm good at cooking. That's all I cook. Steak sandwiches, bag of chips, and a water for $10. And then other places had pork tacos. Other places had all kinds of stuff. And then at 3:30, 4 o'clock, the ribs. You had to have your ribs to the judges so they could judge them.
No. Watford's happening, as we're going to find out again in October.
Watford, the group
But-
they have running Watford down there, it's a little bit smaller community than what we got,
Yeah.
but they seem to have things rolling in the right direction.
Yeah, they got
There
energy.
are talks of a dirt track down there.
Yeah, there was last when we were there. And we're going there twice this year. At
Yep.
least.
Botno says, Rick Huber said Botno did something similar a couple weeks ago up there.
A Rib Fest?
Ribfest.
Really?
I never heard nothing about that either.
I wonder how
Wasn't
hard
on
that
my
is.
big screen at home.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you get people to do it over Labor Day weekend? You're up against.
That's the other thing that makes me so disappointed around here. Everybody wants something to do, but nobody supports it.
Yeah. And then here's another thing that you got to talk about, and I'm
Well,
going
you
to
can only
talk.
be in one place at one time.
Well, I'm going to talk about it just because it can be the elephant in the room. You run out of people,
Right?
so everything we talk about takes man hours
yeah.
and
or
lots of
woman
them.
hours,
Yeah, people
hours.
People time. Mhm.
So when we talk about a Rib Fest, somebody has to organize that. Somebody has to get the 30 teams there, has to be the judges, there's a
Oh,
lot of organization.
Yeah.
That happened tonight at the meeting. Talk about doing a smash car.
Yeah, who's organizing it?
Right. Who's running it? Who's collecting the money?
Every idea that somebody has,
Right. Somebody has to do it.
It's a 10-people job.
this dice thing, it's my idea.
Right.
I'm handling it.
Right.
I'm not
Otherwise,
passing the buck on to anybody
Because
else.
that's the way the world works.
That's
Best.
the way it works.
Otherwise-
Best.
So when you throw out ideas, I got a old high side Hass here with an H.
On high side.
Throwing out, get a barbecue cook-off,
This,
host a competition, one person from the drag, one person from Nodak, classic cars, judges, whatever, the whole ball of wax. Winner gets a free pass to the weekend, to every event on the weekend. Well, that's cool.
but it's during the weekend.
That's a whole crap ton of coordination.
Right.
There is already a ton of moving parts on Motor Magic Weekend.
Right.
And I've done the cornhole tournament before. Great.
Started strong.
Started awesome. 40-some teams right out of the gate. Weaned down to 30. Down to 20. And I think we were all the way down to 12 teams last year I did it. 12 or 14 teams.
I think they're going to try it this year, but over in the Flicker Tail on Friday.
On the cornhole?
Mm-hmm.
I think
The-
Maximum and I were
the-
partners last year.
The lady at the fair is going to...
I drug him down.
I don't know. We got to do something before it's...
I will gladly host the cornhole tournament for Nodak again if that's something we want to do, but I got to get people
You got to get people involved.
got to
Or
get
they
people that want to participate.
Right.
Because it's the same 14 or 16 people that are there doing it, and some of them are way better at cornhole because they play cornhole a lot.
You're right.
Like Cole.
Cole,
Right.
the whole Hanshu family.
Right. Unlike me, which is an annual event. Period.
Right. I think the last year we did it, we ended up doing like a best out of 3
I
series.
can't be
or
anybody's
something.
partner unless they're as bad as me, and they're hard to find. Annually.
I have the cornhole boards and the bags and everything, and we
Yeah.
can do it again. It's just
I'm a first-round outer.
Yeah. You don't get green arrows in that either.
No.
because it is deflating when you put a lot of
Red
time and
arrows.
energy into something. I mean,
It's
my
a
time
fun.
and energy into the cornhole was minimal at best, but it's still to get the boards there, to get the bags
Yeah.
there, to build to find the website, to host the bracket. You know, there's things to enter all the teams
Right.
in, to put the things out on Facebook, to find the teams, to chase people down because, you know, it's really hard to be somewhere at noon.
It's one of those things that's on your conscience for the month
Right.
beforehand too much.
What?
Yeah, because it's what's it going to be?
A blind draw. I like that idea. We talked about it. A blind draw for the cornhole.
Oh.
Then I even feel worse. I get hooked up with Cole. Cole, I don't know how to do this. Great.
Derek Hammond wants a golf tournament. Drivers and fans teamed up. Derek, great idea. Coordinate it. Now you have to coordinate fans
Yeah.
and you have to coordinate drivers.
And transportation.
So great idea. Great idea.
Yeah.
Jordan Boyce blows his motor up night 1. Golf tournament day 2.
I'm out.
He's out. He's changing a motor. Now you have to find a replacement.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just
like
the coordination.
Yeah.
That's
The coordination in this.
Hate to find all the negative, but it shows
I'm not
up,
trying
so-
to be negative.
Yeah,
I'm trying
no.
to be realistic.
Yeah.
And the reason why things die, the reason why cornhole tournaments die,
no people.
when you put the energy into doing something, and people don't support it, you stop doing it.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, people are going, "Why don't we have a cornhole tournament anymore?"
Right.
Well, where were you
to make the circle in this conversation? I'm not so sure there's enough people for everything that's available.
Well, I'm.
In other words, if you want to go look at the car show,
You're going to go look at the car
you
show.
can't be at the golf tournament.
Right.
Right.
That's the point I'm making.
Right.
So
Right.
if motocross was there, I can't watch motocross and watch Tyler's kid race
Right.
if I'm at the golf or if I'm at the cornhole. I pick your poison. So,
But I think
And
too
work on your race car.
yeah.
I-
That's what I say about Boone. I just soon go there without a race car so I can actually enjoy the damn
And in
thing.
the original
Right.
years, I
So-
remember being a kid, a teenager, in the original years of Motormania, when they did have all that stuff going on, and I would wander around the fairgrounds all day.
I know that's
I would just
how I
wander around.
remember.
I'd watch
right.
the motocross for a little bit, and then I'd wander down to the lawnmowers and the go karts or whatever.
Watch the RC cars.
Watch the RC cars. See, that's another thing.
But a little bit of that is you're wandering, so you
Right.
never get the full plate of anything. You see a heat. Well, again, we're at the end of the night, so not so much us, but
we were always the nightcap.
you can't watch anything in its entirety because
This
too
is
much other things are going on at the same time.
Super discussion. I love it.
Yeah, there's too many.
Love it.
I can't.
And we're staying
I've never
focused.
golfed before, but I might give in and go to a just for the humor. Go to a golf tournament, but I'm not. I'm not missing motocross to do it.
Right.
Type of deal.
Right.
Again,
You're
whatever.
not missing that to watch me golf.
Well, or me. So, but at any rate, maybe there's just too much going on for the people count, as you
Fluffy
pointed out.
brings it up. That's why it has to go back to pay for one, get all. But you got to split it all up then.
But you still can't be in two places at once.
You cannot.
So
But if you sat
Nodak has the high hand in this thing because
Right.
nobody does an evening
And-
deal
and I-
unless a concert was to blast it.
And I think that's why Brandon, I'm blaming myself,
Just kind of bulldog your way through it.
got complacent about it. We're just
Yeah.
going to continue to do our thing at Motor Magic. And
Our deal happens because the rest of you give up at dark. So,
Right.
I mean, for lack of
100%.
wording.
I mean, why
So-
couldn't you put on a pretty good concert or something right there on the stage?
I don't see why you can't.
But you
who-
can't race during it
No, after the races.
at
Have
11
the-
o'clock.
And invite everybody down right on the
Don't
game.
get me wrong. Hairball at 11 o'clock to 1:30 in the morning is my kind of
Right, that's
concert.
what I mean.
That's my kind of concert. I'm not so sure everybody's up for that, but I sure am.
But how do you make your money back?
You got to run them out and bring them back in, kind of like a 2-dayer at Beatrice, but a 2-dayer in 1 day. But or make sure you got the right
Right.
wristbands. You could orchestrate that
Right.
one way or
Yeah.
another. You could orchestrate that. But that would be the reality when it starts. I mean, you know how things go. Throw a little rain in here. Oh no, now what?
Right.
Well, we're going to race. Well, we're going to get done at 11:30. What about
Somebody-
that concert? Well,
like-
that's going to get done at 2.
Like somebody said,
So,
maybe we should try and
but-
bring in Lil Wayne. You know, that went over well.
Yeah. I'm going to stick a little bit more local. Hairball.
Lil Trey.
A little tray. I was going to little tray you earlier on whatever we were doing. Oh, yeah, passing that torch.
Yeah.
Isaac, Prelude to the Sights used to have Johnny Holmes Band on the front stretch after the A main.
All right.
I don't know if they still do. He said used to have. I don't know if they still do. Or
I think before the concert starts, I'll take the big white water truck out there and soak her and
Slip and slide.
slip and slide.
Derby in the infield, cheap cars, no mods. Get it running and bring it. No modifications.
Is that
cheap
Derby
cars.
Sam?
That would be I'm guessing Chandler Lamar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Remember he used to race back in
Yeah.
the day?
Early 2000s.
sporty mod.
No.
No, stock car.
Stock car,
Oh, stock
22L.
Fluffy's
sport
back.
mod too.
Fluffy has a fatuation with wrestling of some sort. Now he's saying mud wrestling.
What T-shirts? Mud wrestling.
Yeah. Is this Monday Night
Fluffy.
Raw?
Fluffy.
Yeah.
And Isaac says, "Shut up, Fluffy."
What's going on at home, Fluffs?
Hold that comment.
Yeah.
Dodgeball tournament on the front straightaway for charity.
Ooh.
We could do that.
I did a little of that on the Nedrose level, and I got welted. It came in at a high rate of speed. I didn't
Chalk
catch it.
line at the start-finish line.
The balls will all end up down by the fence.
Yeah.
Run fast.
You know where to get them.
Yeah. You could hire ball kickers to kick them back up.
them
Ball
back up.
kick. Yeah.
Like I say, I don't think there's a lack of events. There's a lack of the ability to be at two at once.
Isaac Sandro said, "Racing is already a charity. We lose, we're just donate for a guy like him."
Yeah.
I wasn't ripping on you, Isaac. You said it. Although Isaac had a good comment a little further up here. I skipped over it because we were talking about good things. He goes, "You guys, I went to supper, walked the dog, prepped 4 tires, bolt checked, and the show is still going."
We ain't done yet.
Yeah. It's been dark for a while. What do we got? Oh, it's only 10:12. The weather ain't even on yet. You got 7 more minutes. 10:19. Ah.
I didn't get supper.
I did not either.
I don't think I did either.
Straight ear.
Yeah.
I don't know. This year, obviously,
Yeah.
Motor Magic's going to be Motor Magic, but
Right.
years in the future,
Well,
they're going to want
that's-
ideas to spruce
Well,
it up.
I think you got to start on that stuff now.
Yep.
I certainly don't want to take any racing out of it, but if you took racing out of it, then the concert could happen on a night.
Yep.
And then, I don't know what I'm saying. What else happens at night? I don't know.
A lot of
Well,
bad things.
what did we talk about earlier? Something about 4 inches?
Yeah, in the dark.
And the- well, hey, we can
Don't
talk
make
like
fun
that
of
now.
it.
It's after 10. The kids are to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I mean, you would have car racing, you'd have a concert. I don't know what's next, but you know what I mean. Because you can't be at 2 things at once. That's the point I'm making. We got 3 nights of car racing, then all 3 nights are taken care of. Now you have 3 days that you're going to have to choose of the multiples of those days what you want to do. If you want to do golfing,
I don't wanna-
the tournament, and
But we've already talked about it.
drag racing one day.
We are happy, or we are,
The racing is a strong point.
but we're promoting exactly what we want to promote. 3 nights, 3 purses, 3 full shows, and we're proud of that.
Right.
As you're saying, maybe we got to swallow the pride for the betterment of Motor Magic, and we give up our Saturday night, or only have a 2 nights kickoff with a concert.
We got
Friday.
REO
Friday,
Speedway wagon
yeah.
in the middle there, and see, this is what happens at the Dome.
Yeah.
See, everything
Right.
fits then. We only got 3 days here, and we want to race all 3. But yeah, right. You got to sacrifice a night of racing, and that'd be the only night that would be good weather. You can rain out the other 2.
And it sounds crazy.
We've
but
had
if-
one-day Motor Magics for the record. Weather.
If you want to infuse,
Right.
if you want to infuse more people and energy into Motor Magic and have stuff, having Friday night races, a Saturday night concert, and Sunday races makes no sense to us racers. No sense to
No.
us. But you're going to get everybody there Friday.
And they're going to go to the concert.
They're going
There you
to.
go. Oh, yeah.
So you're going to have the day. So now Smalls and you guys show up on Friday night. You race. Now the next day you can go to the drag racing. You can go to the car show
Because we're gonna
you
go to
can
the
go
concert
to the
that night.
concert,
Right.
and we're not racing.
Yeah.
So
So
it
we go to
makes-
the concert that night.
For
Right.
us, it makes no sense because I don't want to go somewhere, race, and then not race, and then race again.
Again,
But-
this is kind of like the think tank
you
that I
say
talked
that,
about. So
we do it.
We do it.
We go to Boone,
We go to Boone.
race the Prelude Saturday.
Yeah.
Don't race again till
I was just going to say, what you do, because it's this weekend, against what I said earlier, but you race Friday, you do the concert Saturday, then you race Sunday and Monday.
Right.
You get your 3 nights
Yeah.
in.
Right.
But
I'm opposed to Monday, but
Yeah,
we
I
can
am
it's,
too.
It's
I
a
am
discussion.
too. But again, this is how think tanks work. You start
What if
bouncing
you
this
just-
stuff around.
What if you just do the 2-day like that with the concert in between? Up the purse. Take that.
Take your 3-night total purse and just up the purse for them
Yeah.
2 nights.
And make it a purse and a half on the bookends,
Yep.
and then you got whatever.
Trevor's asking if the dirt would have to be moved. No. If we're racing before and racing after, no.
It's called the party in the dirt Saturday night.
H on the high side.
Yeah. Just stay on the high side.
Your buddy Jared, random
yeah.
Jared.
Yeah, random Jared at a random time at a
Yeah,
random
he's
work.
still up watching.
Well,
Well,
he doesn't have to
He
work
says
tomorrow.
you have to have the races done by 8. Concert starts at 9.
That's going to be tough when the race is starting.
yeah, that big yellow thing in the sky wrecks everything. And this year is going to be the true test because you're starting at 7 o'clock all 3 nights.
So if we wanted the races
gonna
to
have
be
a-
done at 8.
We'd have-
Hey.
let's start
Time
at 8
out.
in the
Time
morning.
out. Here. I got this other idea I want to do.
Okay.
And I think we can still do it this year.
Uh-oh.
So you got hobbies, sport mods, stock cars, mods. That's 4.
Yep.
I want.
Did you have your fingers for that?
Yep.
Okay.
Now listen. I want 5. No.
Not
4,
in the dark though.
No. 6 teams. Each team is 1,000 buy-in.
I see some work for Brandon ahead of me in this, being his secretary.
It sounds like a Calcutta.
But not a Calcutta.
Okay.
It's $1,000 buy-in per team.
It's like the fantasy league.
Yep.
Yep.
and then you start mods. So you'd have 6 mods. Start them 3 wide.
3 and 3.
Roll your starting position.
Oh, there you go. There you
Ooh.
go.
You start
Fiver.
5th, so that'd be in the middle of the second row.
Okay. Mods.
Mods, and then your stock cars, then your sport mods, and then your hobbies.
And then for good measure, compacts?
No,
Oh, okay.
No tiebreakers.
no, and then the
I like that.
so then you do those.
fantasy league.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying here.
Compacts, you don't matter unless we have a tie.
Is hot sauce
But
still
they're
in
not
here?
there. This is Friday night.
Oh, this is Friday night.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of a spin-off of your darn TV deal.
Kind of what we did. I
You
did,
did- you did
but
But they're all
champions.
racing on the track
Right.
at the same time.
You know?
it's like a Calcutta. They're all on the
Yes.
track at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Can
But
we do it?
I'm just saying Friday night wasn't, not everybody raced Friday
Right,
night.
not everybody
So
did.
that's what this would be.
But this would be a race within the races.
Yeah.
You're having normal races, and this is a race within the races.
Yeah.
Like a dash for cash or whatever.
How many laps do you do? 10?
Yeah. You don't want to overdo the laps because they catch each other.
8. I don't know. 10.
6.
They're gonna get caught.
6,
Yeah.
6-8 area because otherwise the fast
but
cars catch the slow
It's
cars.
plenty of room. Boone does it.
Yeah.
And they do
Yeah,
it with sprint
yeah.
cars and mod lights.
All
They
of them.
basically say figure it out.
What do they call that again?
The
I've seen the video.
the Hawkeye Challenge.
Yeah, it is wild.
Yeah, the sprints are on there too, like you say.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah,
It's wild.
I have seen the video.
Do you okay, let's get on there. Any drivers ready to do this? We need
The
6
only one
teams.
commenting at this time of night is Trevor Haas.
No. Doesn't he have to work early?
He ran over Fluffy with the concrete truck
yeah,
earlier.
that's true. He probably got fired.
Uh,
Do you think that deal would work? Is a $1,000 buy-in, 100% payback? Is that too
Just
much?
winner gets paid? So you'd have $6,000.
you could do a 3-2-1, but that's kind of how the Calcutta went.
Well,
with the
your
16
team,
deal.
yeah.
But
but how
three
did-
teams are going to lose a grand each.
Who's paying the buy-in? The drivers?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's their own deal.
250, 250, 250, 250, however they want
Yeah.
to break it up. Or a guy like me, I'll say, I want, Jordan, you're going to be with so-and-so, and I'm paying your guys $1,000.
Yeah, you're going to pick the darn
I'm
going
going to pick my darn TV team.
Right.
Then you guys are going to go win me the $3,000. Second gets $2,000. Third gets $1,000.
There you go.
I just gave somebody my idea to pick teams.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Actually, in my memories, it came up. Squirrel Man was in your hobby car, and Mike and I were the Calcutta.
No,
and
Brandon was
Were
in there.
you in that?
We won that damn thing.
Up
Or
in
got second.
Estevan.
Or what did you get, second?
In
It was me in there.
In Estevan?
I think we got second
We got
because
second.
I've never won the Calcutta.
We got second.
Yeah, that was you in there. Okay, I thought it was Brad. Okay.
I came out of retirement just to.
Okay, so yeah, it was you, Mike, and I.
Yep.
Yeah, that came up on the memories just this week.
Yep.
In Estevan?
Yeah, the pink
Yep.
car.
Yeah.
Pink car with
Yep.
pink numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
White car, pink
Well,
chassis,
it was
white
like
car
a
with
light
pink.
pink car, it looked like in the picture with pink numbers. It wasn't white and pink like
It was
usual.
my chubby.
Okay.
It was the
yeah,
chubby.
yeah, that sounds right. I was thinking Brad was driving that. Okay.
No.
Yeah. But at that, I don't think we bought in. Because
No, somebody
the
else
crowd, yeah, the
bought.
crowd, the
They
crowd would
bought.
put- yeah.
But see, you can't do that. Or-
You could because we did.
They
Yeah.
did.
Well,
There's rules against North Dakota, and you have to
Because
get
it's
special
gambling.
permits
Yeah.
for gambling and that kind of stuff.
let me be crystal clear. We did it in the 90s. It wasn't right, and Estevan got the idea from us. And
But
as
now
John
they
sa-
haven't done it for a few years.
Yeah, they haven't. So, but again, as John, I'm in the middle of this. I'm getting old, but I remember it sharply. So, crisply, we would pick out somebody that needed help,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
and then
I've heard the
high
the
bidder
line.
would get their money doubled,
right.
and the rest would go to that situation. And I will repeat John verbatim. I want to see the city councilman that tells me that helping a kid isn't good. There's a few swear words in there, but that was the message. So, because somebody said, well, that ain't legal, and that's what he said more than once. That's why I remember it so well and loudly. So those that know. But at any rate, the Calcutta started right here at Nodak.
Derek, we know we used to do them here at Nodak. All three of us, maybe you were never involved in one, but I was
yeah.
definitely involved in one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember it quite well because Wyatt, I think he teamed up with you or Hank
Yeah.
a couple times.
I'm sure Wyatt and I were together.
Yeah.
I remember I had Robbie one time and Scott Laugesen, because I called it the good, bad, and the ugly. And I said, I don't know who's who. But
I had Sean. I got a picture of it somewhere. Sean Strand was my modified. I was the hobby. I can't remember who was the middle one.
Robbie would have been the stock car,
The
and my
stock
deal, and
car.
Laugesen would have been a hobby, and I'd have been the mod. And then Mike teamed up a lot with Mike. Who's Mike with now?
Chad Stretchin.
Chad Strachan.
And Corey Mock
Corey
Mock.
Mock. Yeah. That was their team usually.
or Hammond.
Or Hammond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when Greg raced, yeah. And then Eddie, who'd Eddie team up with? Eddie was
Well, didn't he get Aaron that one when he drove the hobby that?
that would sound about right. But yeah, at any rate,
Every year
It
there
happened
was
here.
at least one Calcutta.
John was told it wasn't legal, and I gave you the answer he gave. And in his defense, we never got in trouble. I don't know if we're that brave. I'm not, but so,
Watch, now we get in trouble for it.
no,
Burke and Kent were teamed up a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, who was their hobby?
They probably picked Robbie.
Yeah. Well, Robbie was in the stock car when I had him.
He was?
Yeah. Well, I was in a mod. He was in a stock car, and
Because the early 2000s, that would have been North Star Hobbies.
Yep.
And that's what Robbie ran.
And that's what I was involved in
Yeah.
when I did it. Was North Star Hobbies.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple times as an IMCA hobby, but mostly North Star Hobbies.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Well, Laugesen was a hobby and on my deal, so
Because we didn't get IMCA Hobbies until 05.
6.
Was it 06?
yeah.
No, it's 05.
Might be
wasn't it?
5.
5?
Yeah, you're right. Then it would have been mainly North Star Hobbies as the hobby then.
Yep. Jordan Wyatt and Stretchin 1 year.
Was it? Yeah. I know Wyatt and I were together for sure. Can't always remember the hobby car. No offense, it's just old. I can't remember. So, but
I think there's
but as
some-
a board member, I remembered the talk was it ain't legal, and that was John's answer. Well, we're
I
helping-
think there's some good
we're helping
pictures
somebody
on
in
the
need. So.
Hall of Fame page of Calcutta stuff.
Calcutta stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
06. That was only like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
It's almost 20 years ago.
Well, we hit a lot of
Okay.
hot sauce stuff.
Yeah.
Did
Got a little rambly there, but
anybody watching?
We're still rolling.
yeah.
Above 40.
The news is on.
We haven't
And
lost
we are the
anybody.
news, too. Any rate,
Yeah.
Smallsy yawned once there, so
No, that's pretty much all day long.
your boss is tough.
I know.
At least you got to earn it in the wintertime.
Yeah. That's when it matters. I'm just glad I don't work for the city.
Yeah.
You could be out all night and the public still hates you. The county's a little different.
Quit dumping all that stuff on my driveway.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you wanted the road open.
I
want both.
only get that treatment when I get down to Ryder.
What did Nodak do back in the day when Eddie and Jim Harris were teamed up?
Okay. Yeah.
Eddie
Turnbull.
Turnbull.
Because Jim would have been a Dakota mod.
Dakota.
Because we had Dakota
Yep.
mod ones, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd been a Calcutta, Scott
Yeah.
Curtis. That'd have been a Calcutta.
Yeah.
Isaac Sondrel again. I figure the wife might have the baby before you guys are done with this show.
Well, then we'll come
Well,
down there. Hey.
What's the goal?
Yeah, right. Do we just move the show down to the delivery room and do play-by-play?
Outline the finish so I understand what I'm working for here.
When is the baby due?
Yeah.
Well, it's right around Motor Magic Weekend because that was the hypothetical
What if?
earlier this year with the. Was he part of that show or was it Craig Heupel? We haven't even touched on Craig
We
Heupel.
haven't.
Oh, yeah.
We need to go with Craig
Yeah.
Heupel.
Yeah. Okay.
That was on the list to do.
Hey, she said she would love it. That if we came and did play-by-play of the
Look at that. We're hired
At the
again.
hospital?
Isaac Sondrel, boy, she would love that. I think there may be sarcasm,
Yeah.
Hi.
but I'm taking
I don't
it
think
as
he means what he says.
he means.
Jordan, grab that under the table. We're getting in there now.
Where are you going? Trinity. Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's what he meant. That's what he said. Yeah. I hope you downloaded this. At least a picture, no?
I did not.
He's
I
working
screwed
on
up.
it.
Well, we'll touch on it more than once, but
I didn't even get a picture. I just seen it on Facebox.
Yeah,
I think it was on the Mina Daily News page is where I seen it.
that's where my mom clipped the picture and sent it to me. So
There isn't a good picture, but our own Craig Heupel,
Craig Heupel,
Dirt Weekly host, longtime
Super fan.
super race fan, has been named Grocer of the Year.
oh, you got it up. Okay, yeah.
Stored
Grocer of the Year. Now, for those that might, when Craig's with us, we call him the CEO of Marketplace, employee owned. But again, the headline. Oh, geez, it turned on me. Store director named Grocer of the Year, and it's our own Craig Heupel. Congratulations, friend.
Yes,
That is
congratulations,
cool.
Big
Craig.
deal.
Craig is a real human being. I enjoy being his friend. I enjoy his angle on things. I enjoy him when he's here and catching up with him after the races. And this does not surprise me.
Right.
So good on you, Craig. That is a cool honor. That is your own Hall of Fame. Good for you.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You said the words best. Cherish every moment that Craig gets with us, and
yes. He is the
positivity,
a blessing to humanity.
the positivity in that man's life that he spreads is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
When you
super
maybe
proud
think
of
the
ya.
races didn't go as planned,
Yeah.
find Craig Heupel.
Yeah.
No, he usually finds me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
he thought it was that good?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it puts it into perspective for you.
Right.
And the next show will be live from Trinity. Well, we
got that confirmed already.
we cut-
Isaac, give it a thumb, or
No, he hasn't responded, so therefore no response
we're
equals
going on
we're
our
good.
own? Well, don't go to bed now, Isaac. We're
There's
getting
131 comments on this.
Really?
Stupid show.
You got to set that up so Smallsy and I can see what you're reading there, because we're just shooting in the dark here.
Right.
And we talked about the dark.
Right.
Things are way smaller than they appear.
Instead of 4-inch show, we could have about a 6er.
It's kind of like that deal in the mirror. Things in mirror may be smaller than they appear. Yeah, see, we're just blindly driving down the road here, and you're getting all the comments.
Right.
We got to have the comment board. Come on,
So I got to work on that now.
So we have one of our own going to Hollywood. We got Craig going to Hollywood.
Yep.
He's famous,
Yep.
Hollywood star,
Yep.
and earned. Well, let's get a couple of screens here for Smallsy and I here.
Make us look important.
We need all the help we can
Financial advice, growing crops, delivering babies. What can't you guys do?
We haven't found out yet.
Financial advice.
Right. Yeah,
That's genuine.
Right.
The hard way. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
I
multiple times.
messaged her banker. I said, "What's the payment on this?" She tells me, and I've been thinking about 2 weeks. I'm like, I think I can convince her I can do this.
She green-lighted you? You done it while we were doing this tonight?
No.
Okay.
Shit.
You were looking at your phone like you did, so.
Hey, you got to go back and make sure the number is real.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
What
forget.
was I thinking?
Right.
I was thinking big that day. That's good.
Oh, Trevor got a good one. We got to give Trevor a good one here.
Jeez.
Because after Isaac said, you know what can't you guys do? And Trevor goes, obviously end this episode.
Oh.
Wow.
They can't wait for it, and then they get mad when it goes long.
Right. Yeah.
Come on.
It's
things
like
are-
they're race car drivers. They don't make any sense. Never happy.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Do a couple of 5-minute shows, then we'll see what they think.
We're going to show them.
We'll barely get through the music and the
Yeah.
SIBO Motorsports rundown, and
We'll give them the salute. Goodbye.
Yeah. The corn's great. See ya. All right.
So a couple of them 5-minute shows with the 4 inches after dark.
Yeah, right around an hour and a half.
Do they call those a quickie?
We would. We would. I forgot what I came here for.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
I don't even know what music is
You wanted
playing.
it forever. Are we still talking about the same thing?
What music is playing?
Delirious.
Yeah.
It is
This
dark
sounds
out.
like the music before Jordan's
Yeah.
going to go give the 4 inches.
I think this is the 4-inch part. The dark for sure. The dark for sure.
Jeez.
Wow. Mood setter.
Yeah. Be
Somewhat.
ready. Don't have nothing on but the TV when I get home.
We're done. For Jordan, for Smalls, we're out.
See you next time. Next week.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Oh, I was reading the last comment. We got 2 more comments since I played the music. I got to end this thing.
Are we still on? Jeepers.
I've never laughed